Guys, I'm really sorry. Can you hear me? Just just checking because I didn't even have anything set up and I was gabbing. I'm still asleep. So sorry. Please, please. Um Give me a minute. Can you hear me? Let me know that first. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh God. Can anyone hear me? Oh, thanks, Max. These lot in here. Honest to God, Max. Can't rely on them, can I, to get an answer? Thanks for coming in, Max, anyway. Hello, everyone. Aurora Borealis. Oh, that's a lot for me. Welcome, anyway, Aurora. Hello to everyone in chat. Sorry, there's been a change to the plan, to the live. Our host, Lene, has had some sad news today. A friend of hers, she's been friends with all her life. Her dad passed away, and Lene was meant to go there and see him with his sister, and she didn't make it. He's passed away, so she's really upset about that. Lene is in, she is in chat. If anyone needs to know, she's in chat, but she just doesn't feel up to it coming on and having a chat at all, and that's understandable, isn't it? So we've just got to give her room to gather her feelings and stuff, haven't we? But I'm just not feeling it today myself, guys, at this moment in time, especially on my own. I never slept good last night either, so I did give it half an hour or so to see how I'd feel, to see if I could get, my head's all mushy, and it's like that at the best of times. So can you imagine? It's going to be a crap live because my brain can't function. Hiya, Lou. You're okay, love? Hiya, Melly, Lizzo, Max, Lainey. I don't know whether they're Pink fans, but I know. Oh, you all right, Lizzo? Did you get your Wi-Fi, girl? You got it? So you're sitting in the car on the Wi-Fi? I was gabbing to Lainey and I went, oh shit, I've got to go. It's gone, I haven't even been for the way, nothing. It's gone 10, the live. So sorry. This is what I mean. I get sidetracked at the quickest of things and the easiest of things. Are Pink, are you there now? Or is this familiar? I don't know how this works. It seems familiar because it's saying 0827 to me. So I don't know if this chat is now or familiar, but I think this bit here is definitely now because Lenie's there. Oh no, here's the bin man. Here's the bin man. So for anyone that doesn't know, if you go on Lenie's lives, I did 2 lives yesterday. So the first one, the earlier live, was just me sitting there looking at the same spot because I couldn't park anywhere else. So I was just doing a live while I was there, talking crap, trying to get new people in, new subs. And as I turned the camera off, there ended up being ructions just at the end. You see someone running in the shop with an iron bar, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I'm dead nosy, of course. So turns the live off because I was ready to go. Just about to pull out of the space, and I heard all this shouting going on. I thought, oh my God. So I'm trying to park back up, trying to find my phone, throwing the dog over one way and the other way and whatever way, because she's on my shoulder, thinking she can still look out the window. And it ended up all hell let loose. So apparently in the library there'd been a kick-off. There was kids there as well. So you hear me shouting one of the lads over. I'm like a scallywag. Hey lads, that's what I shouts. Um, and he comes over because this is the way Liverpool people are. Talk to you, and he comes over and tells me all about it. I did warn him he was on live. It meant no difference to him. I didn't have his face or nothing on. So yeah, he fills you in if you can understand him. So if you can understand me, you should be able to understand him if you write it up a bit. But what he was saying, it started off in the library. Don't know what had gone on, but they all ended up fighting in the library, and this fella ended up attacking these kids. And he said they're as young as them kids there, pointing to me. And these little kids are about 10, 9 or 10. So I thought, oh my God. So all hell let loose. So just before I got the camera on, all the police had skidded into the middle of the road, and all the flashing lights and all this screaming. And then you just see people going like parting of the waves. Everyone runs down the roads, down streets, and getting away from the police. And so then I got it from there where the police walk along. They've got one fella at the top and another fella at the bottom. Oh, I'll tell you. There's always something going on here. Always something. Hang on, what's this? Good morning, a beautiful anointed praise. How are you doing, lovely? Are you okay? What's a scallywag? A scallywag is like just one of the lads, just one of the a scallywag. Oh God. Oh, let me look it up. Let's have a look what a scallywag means. Oh, I always thought it had to do with the navy. You know, like a cheeky chappy, yeah, just like a little scallywag. He's only a little I'm trying to think how you'd say. Oh, he's only a little scallywag, just a little. Oh God, oh God, Lizzo. Hang on. Let me see what it comes up with when I type in to see what a scallywag is. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Where am I? You get in here. Scallywag. Meaning. A person, typically a child, who behaves badly, but in an amusing, mischievous rather than harmful way. That's it, a rascal. Like just a little scallywag is like they're not bad. I know loads of scallies. We call them scallies. Well, I don't know. Scallies now seems to implicate they're not good, but scallywags, if you say, "Oh, he's only a little scallywag," just you see them around the street, but they're no harm to anyone. There you go. I'm a scallywag, but it's not a kid now. Anyone can be a scallywag here. I act like a scallywag. You'll hear me on that live. Hey, lads. Oh, that's what a shout. I feel ashamed. Oh, God. A mischievous child. I'm sure that. I'm sure that. Mischievous. Always up to something. Can't believe. Why did you think it had something to do with the Navy, Lee? Tell me that. What scallywag? Lunch lady. A scrubber is a whole other thing. Oh, God. What have you been up to anyway? I wanted to do a live on YouTube, but it made me going out. Where the fuck am I going to go? Right. I wish it would have been the nicer days when I'd have got on this, because I'd have driven into Southport, sat by the beach. I would have got a tan in the meantime, know what I mean? But I'm not going out in this. It's blue. It's freezing. Sounds like navy to me too. But I'd explain how it means navy, because obviously it must do if you both think that. But what does scallywag? Is that said in the navy? Or oh, I don't know. Just tell me how it makes you think that. Anyway, I got 2 subscribers. I couldn't get over it. When that lad come in, me reading last night, I was awful made up with him. What was his name? Idle Spin. Oh, he was dead nice. His name was Paul. He was so nice, you know. I know what he said. Oh, thanks for being so welcoming, didn't he? Didn't he, Gales? When he come in the live, he was going, thanks for being so welcoming. And I thought, oh, how nice is that? And then this other fella come on and he went to me, what are you gagging in? Now, gagging in means being nosy here in Liverpool, okay? So I went, I'm gagging in on these, just like you're gagging in on me. Oh, I was ready for him. I was ready. Oh, yeah, gagging in. But he was nice. He was nice. He was from over the water. I thought he was from Bootle, but he wasn't. He was from over the water. Oh, can you hear that? The boom and beep. The dreaded beep. I wish I could turn my camera on and I mean the house camera be connected to here. Wouldn't that be good if I could flick it on so you could see the bin? Like you'd be really interested, like it's just something different, isn't it? So yeah, so I wanted to go live on it. I am mobile, my darling, dearest love. I wanted to go on YouTube and do live to get more subs for Lene because I didn't know that's how it worked. I didn't have a clue. Um, but you can't put a thumbnail on, can you? What am I going to go live out the bedroom window? Do you know what I mean? Or me sitting in the bed? Now that certainly wouldn't bring people in. You know what I mean? We use the word scallywag usually for naughty little boys. We had a biscuit called Gollywog, and the name was changed to Scallywags as the other was a racist word, apparently. Yeah, they say that's a racist word here too. Now Scallywag it was used as I've just seen for kids, but it's scallywag here just means exactly the way I said it. They're just street urchins and just, but they're not up to, they won't harm anyone. Not, like we'd say now, oh, the fucking scally is them. That means, means a whole different thing than scallywag here to me. It's just if we go, oh, he's only a little scallywag. Or, well, yeah, I suppose. We do say, oh, he's all right, he's only a little scally. So, yeah, it doesn't mean harmful. Like you can get these lads that knock round and they want to break in cars and want to cause trouble on the streets and stuff like that. I wouldn't class them as scallywags. Do you know what I mean? Oh, hello, three dots. Nice boobs on the thumbnail, just for you, three dots. I knew you were coming in, so I thought, you know what? Put that avatar on for my Dave. There you go. See? How are you, Dave? You all have the silliest of words. Shut up, Laney. You have crazy words. We don't even know what you mean. I mean, look at that thing yesterday. What was it? How I said to my son, "Hey, do you know what a sand dollar is?" And he went, "Yeah." I went, "What is it?" And he told me. I went, "Oh my God, I didn't. I've never even heard of one. I can't get over the beauty of that sand dollar. I want one. I want one. We would never have them in this country, would we? Be too cold." I'm going to start saying scalliest now. No scallywag. You have to say Maggie the scallywag. Me Melly go. Love you long time. Melly Joe, was he saying he loves you a long time? I'm a bit hurt. You know what, Dave? I was your number one fan. You've never said you love me. I can be easily hurt, you know. Baby Chow is smart. Well, you see, I just assume when he's in there, he's on that game all the time, but obviously not. Do you know what I mean? I hadn't heard of a dollar either. See, so Melly Joe was the same. Melly Joe was the same. Hang on, I'm having a swig. Let me push me mic up. Oh, so another thing. If you're not kidding me and you don't mind me reading to you, I've got some books there, okay, or I've got some on the Kindle. I know I've got what's that one called? Pink if you're there. She remembered it. That Fritzl story, you know, about the fella who had the kids downstairs in his basement for years, and she had his babies and everything. Do you remember that story? Was it in Sweden or somewhere, Denmark, somewhere like that? I can't remember. So I've got that one. I could read that. Um, what's that, Lee? Wonder if you all have sand dollars in your waters. I don't think so, Leanie. I've never heard of that. We'd be lucky if we've got crabs. Thanks at 3 dot Dave. You've been drinking. How come I never get on to Dave drinking. I never get on to Dave drinking. Everyone else does. But I never think Dave's drunk. I just think Dave's Dave. Leanie, honest to God, we used to go crabbing. We used to bring them home in a bucket of water all the way home on the train, right? Oh, and then we get home and your mother would say, "Do not bring them crabs into this house." And you go, "But Mum, I've caught them." And she'd say, "You can't keep them alive. You're cruel now. You'll have to go and put them back." So I'd be going, crying my eyes out, thinking what next time I was going down to the beach to put them back. Tiddlyfish. Oh, we have little tiddlyfishes. Little tiny ones. Is that the same? Nope, we have tiddlyfish and tids in our North Sea. Hit the motherfucking like bitches. Tell them, Dave. Tell them. Lizzo, I've never heard of that. Oh, mobile, are you going? You must be going to work. You going to work, mobile? Don't you just love mobile? I don't think there's a single person in this chat who couldn't love mobile. He's such a lovable guy. Yeah, little tiddlywinks, little fish, tiddlyfish, little teeny tiny ones. And listen to me. I'm not even going to put my feet in water where them fish come round and start eating your skin. Oh my God, the thought of it. I went on holiday one time and they had these tanks set up around the beach and benches where you sit on and put your feet in. No, apparently it's the most amazing feeling and it's good for the fish, but I can't think it's good for the fish. I think it's going to over overfeed the fish and they're going to be dead. I think it's cruel. I've not eaten my feet. Wait, is it really called the North Sea? Yeah, we have the North Sea, not the Pacific like yous. He's lovely, but I think he doesn't gel with 3 Dot Dave. Who doesn't? Oh, God. Oh, I'm lost here. I'm lost. Shut up, you, Dave. What are you saying? I haven't opened my mouth to you. I only said I loved you. Shut up, Dave. Oh, I get you, Lizzo. Oh, okay. I'm on you. I'm on it. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Liz. About 3 weeks later, but I'm on it. Slow down. Okay, Dave, I'll slow down. What was I saying? I forgot. What was I saying? Okay, what sea is next to Australia? What are you asking me for? I haven't got a clue. Melly Joe, what sea is next to Australia? Don't be sorry, Dave. Melly Joe always tells me to slow down. No, no Leanie, no sea, only oceans, Pacific. Okay, Liz. See you in a minute, girl, when you get back. Bye, love. I need a map. I'm crap. I used to love geography, all that in school, but I'm shit at it. I mustn't have listened, even though I loved it. Okay, so you're all South Pacific. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. I want to go to South Pacific since I've seen that film. Happy talking, talking, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. Oh, South Pacific. My mother went on about that film forever. Country, yep, not sure about Westos though. Mel will know. You know when you go on about West and South and North, I haven't got a clue. Especially you Americans. Oh my God. And I didn't even know until I seen something the other day that Australia is bigger than America. Oh my God. Are we even here? Are we even here? Mag, send me the link, please. No, you're all right, Lee. Stay where you are. I'm only kidding. Is this the Maggie, the co-host? Yes, Dave, it's the co-host. Hang on. Oh, now I've got to get the link. Hold on. Now you'll be able to understand, Dave, because the host herself is coming up. If I do it right, that is. It's all a simulation, Maggie. Hiya, Sab. Sab, listen. Oh, you were there, weren't you, on the second live? Where it all kicked off and the police were there. Oh, I was telling these because I'd just been on a live yesterday and they all missed it. They were all with me on the first live. And then I jumped, grabbed the phone again, and that's where you come in, Sab. There was murder. Melly Joe, I got my left and right the wrong way. Who are you loving on, Dave? Who are you loving on? You love who? It's Maggie, the co-host. Oh God. Lene, did you get that link? Did you do it right? Yeah, I was watching. Oh, Sabbath had only happened to me, right? I want to go live every day outside, but I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to go? The bottom of our road, that's it. I could go and sit, I suppose I could travel to the PDSA and watch all the little animals going in the hospital. But then I'd end up crying my eyes, especially if someone went in and come out without one. Oh, here she is, our one and only host, Miss Leene.
Hello.
Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
You
good.
okay?
I want to know so the the Pacific Ocean, so we have the Pacific Ocean to the west, the Atlantic to the right, and underneath us is the Gulf of Mexico. What I want to know is the Pacific Ocean by Australia as fast, or should I say as turbulent as it is on the west coast? Because I have been on all the waters around the United States, and the Pacific Ocean is much more turbulent than the Atlantic. Does that make sense?
No,
Okay, fuck off. No, it really is like that. Like
I don't know.
it's just to me, it's just more. It's more wild. There's harder waves. The waves are higher. It's more unpredictable. That's what the Pacific Ocean is on it. So I wanted to know if it was like that in Australia as well.
So Sab says, let's be specific about this. It's the specific Ocean 6 hour talking about, right? Oh, yeah. Read Sab's message.
I'm reading it. Still don't understand it when I'm reading it.
Let's be specific about this. It's
Is
the
that
it's the specific Ocean. Six. Oh, hang on. It's the specific. Oh, fucking hell. Pacific Ocean. You're talking about. You're talking about the the Pacific Ocean. Yeah.
yeah, I think he's just trying to be funny, which Sab is damn funny. But he said,
Shut up, Sab.
let's be Pacific, meaning the ocean, about this. It's the Pacific Ocean. Uh,
No wonder I was reading it wrong.
yeah, so he's being funny. So Melly says, yes, the Pacific Ocean is pretty rough. That's what I thought. I don't know
You want
why.
to get in the North Ocean? You want to get in the North Sea then? Oh
I
my
do
God.
North. I've never. I don't. I've never been on a sea. I want to know.
Love it. Oh God, I went to Ireland. I got flung everywhere, girl. It was the worst day of my life. We were on a little tinky boat going to Ireland from Liverpool. Oh, I'll never forget it as long as I lived. It sounds like the one that you were saying can happen when you said you went on your cruise. Oh my God! Well, imagine us being on a just a little boat going over there. It was terrible. Everyone
Mm,
was vomiting. Everyone. Everyone was holding on for dear life. And that's on the North. Isn't that on the North Sea going into the Irish Sea? Oh, hang on. It was the Irish Sea. It was dead turbulent.
Lainey is naturally too serious, JM. Um, I can be very serious. I could be very funny. I feel like I'm a pretty balanced person. I mean, I don't laugh all the time. I don't cry all the time. I'm not always serious. I'm not always funny. I think I'm balanced. Um, Three Dot Dave, you missed the funny part of Maggie and Leanie last night because we had Wild Angel up and we laughed our
Oh,
asses off.
God, that was funny, that.
So I can't always be up. I can't. I'm a normal, just a normal human. And I want to apologize because I had all intents and purposes of really doing that live, even though I was struggling. I'm still struggling because I haven't had enough sleep and I don't know what to do because I was supposed to catch a flight to California with my sister and
Hmm.
go see our childhood friend over there and her dad before he passed. And luckily I did get to FaceTime him a couple of times. So I wasn't in they were trying to decide what hospice to put him into and send him home. So I was thinking I had like maybe 2 weeks. That's what they were telling us. So when it happened, when I got the call yesterday, I was on the phone, Beefcake's not even in town. I don't have my own money. So I'm messaging him while on the phone with my friend in California and my sister who's also trying to catch a flight on the airlines. I can't use a bereavement because um he's not immediate family. So they won't let me use a bereavement thing where they put you on standby and get you out quickly. And some people they'll take off like, maybe 10% for bereavement. So, yeah, I couldn't do all that. And flights are just expensive if you I mean they're expensive anyways, but if you're like trying to book a flight like right away, it's terribly expensive. So I think my sister and I are just gonna put money together and buy my friend a flight out here for after the funeral
Oh,
so she could just get away for a while.
and she'll love that, Leanie. She'll love that, you know.
I
Because let's
just
be honest, when it's over, that's when you need people more, I think.
right. Well, I just felt terrible because, like, when my mom passed, because my mom raised her mom died when she was 9, and we lived across the street from each other. So my mom made a promise to her mom that she would help finish raising my friend Tammy, and my mom did.
Yeah,
And so as soon as my mom passed, I mean, she was here with me the whole time. The minute mom
yeah.
left, she was right here. So I just feel like a terrible friend because I can't do the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm sure she understands, everything the way you've just said it. And, you were talking about going, you were trying to sort things out. It wasn't as if you weren't. So you were, and I'm sure it'll mean much more to her afterwards because
Y-
there's always loads of people around at first, loads. You don't get a minute to yourself.
Right.
So she'll be made up with that, Leanie.
Yeah, I mean she's told me and my sister don't come up here, don't come down here, whatever. Um there's just a lot going on and there is. I mean, she's got 4 kids and all those grandkids and I mean, she's lived in the state. She's the only one left on our block that we grew up on. Um So I think that's what we're gonna do. Just set her up a ticket where she could come out here and just relax away from
Yeah,
family for a while.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Oh, Dave's just saying he lost three uncles last week.
ah,
Oh,
it's
horrible, isn't it?
terrible. It is. It's terrible when you hit that age that you realize that you're like, like the generation before you is
Mm.
all leaving and you're the next generation, right? You're the
Oh,
oldest
I know.
that's hard to deal for me. That's hard to deal with. That luckily for me, both of my dads are still with me, and I have one aunt. But after they're gone, like that's it for my mom's generation and our family.
Oh, yeah,
So when you think of it that way, that we've gotten old enough where we're the
yeah.
last generation. You know what I mean? In life, in it's just an odd situation. But I hope everybody's doing okay, and I'm really, really sorry about that, Dave. I'm sorry for your losses as well. You still got your mom there, but you're blessed.
Yeah.
Love your mama with all your heart. Kaz at home, hello, honey. Thank you for coming in.
Hiya, Kaz.
But I just wanted to jump up here, Maggie. I know you're tired. I know you had a terrible night yourself. I just wanted to jump up here and kind of explain a little bit.
It's
And
fine, Lee.
I will. I mean, I'm not taking days off or nothing like that. It's not my culture to do that. Now it'd be different if it was immediate family, but I'm not taking days off. I couldn't figure shit out, and I was lost and feeling really, really guilty.
Oh, no, you're bound to feel crap, aren't you? But in reality, she's told you herself, and I'm sure she's not that kind of person. And you do definitely need someone afterwards.
Yeah,
People just go about the business then, don't they? I mean, we say here, you're a 7 day wonder. After that, people just go. They'll pick up the phone, see if you're all right, check this and that. No one does, so, I mean, I know life goes on.
yeah.
And that's the sad thing about it, Leni, is people
They,
just carry on. We've all done it.
yeah, yeah. Isn't that the oddest thing too? I remember stepping outside. I think I've said this before on the channel. I remember after my mom and my sister passed, I remember stepping outside and being so mad at the world, like just screaming to the top of my lungs, everybody shut up.
Yeah,
Stop just give me 3 minutes of the world stop turning
I
because the
know.
greatest woman that ever lived just died. Do you guys know that the greatest woman that ever lived just
Yeah,
died? Can we stop a minute?
yeah, I
It's the
felt
most
exactly the same. It's awful.
Lulu said this is a funny topic for me. I got an email 15 months ago or 15 minutes. Was it 15 months or 15 minutes?
15
Telling me my
minutes.
mother is strained for 15 years, passed on the 19th of September. My head is everywhere. Strange
Oh,
feeling. And I'm glad I'm here at the moment. Oh, well, then it was providential that we all came together then.
oh, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Melly,
Oh, God.
strange feeling as she has been out of my life for so long. I just hope she had God and is safe in his care. I'm not crying, but I'm a bit disturbed, freaked out maybe. Well, yeah, of course
Yeah,
I it's probably the oddest feeling. I mean, no matter what, that was your mother and she gave you life, and
yeah,
just to know she's not a part of the world anymore. I mean, that's got to be an odd feeling. I know for me it was odd. I know it's odd for those that do lose their mothers are just different, I think, altogether. I mean, we love our daddies, we love our, but when I think there's no other feeling than losing your mother and losing your child,
yeah,
because we are all like out of each other's bodies. Like we heard the heartbeats from the inside, like I don't know, it's a different feeling, I think, for mothers and children, because we we were all carried that way. We were all brought into this life that way, and I think that's where it comes from. It's a whole different thing, emotion.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Nellie says, Lulu, she's still your mom, even she hasn't been in your life. That's right. You still have that connection. I mean, your umbilical cord was attached to her. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Hmm.
Um, it's a tough situation, and I will pray for you as well, Lulu. I will.
Oh, big hugs, Lou.
You too, Dave. I mean, this is just
Yeah,
a sad part of life when you're in your 30s, 20s, young teens, maybe even in your 40s, you don't think about, you know, these people leaving this earth. You know what I mean? You don't think about, you just think you have so much life to live and they have so much life to live that you don't think about this part of that's the full circle of it. And here we are. And
hmm.
unfortunately, we're going to come to an age, you guys. I remember my mom saying this to me, that she was at a place in her life where she knew more people that
I know what you're going to say.
it's true, right?
My mum said exactly the same.
And we're going to say the same thing. We're going to say we know more people now that are over in heaven or on
Yeah.
the side than we do here on earth. That it
Well,
must
listen, Gail, there's
feel.
a few already gone on my age, and I'm going, oh my God, and terrified.
Yeah, it's an odd feeling. But, and even when my mom said that to me, I was like, yeah, mom, but the most important people are still here because I was her child, right? But now, like hearing those words that when she's
I
gone,
know.
replaying them, I'm like, oh shit, mom, I'm
I
sorry.
I know. I find myself looking at my mum's picture going, "Oh my God, mum, you were so right about
Uh,
this. You were so right about that. You were so right. I truly now." And like when my son goes anywhere, I worry sick. And I
mm,
used to say to my mum, "Oh, stop worrying, will you? I'm okay." God.
right.
And now I think, oh, I feel guilty
You
for
too.
like things that I said. Like, oh, she'd say, phone me when you get there. And I'd go, no, I'm not phoning you. Stop panicking. I'll be okay. And I
Yeah,
was dead, really meant, no, I'm not going to phone you. And then I
right,
think, oh my God,
right.
what did I do?
I think of the same things, but you know what? This is what gets me through because I think of those things that must have made her feel small, because
Yeah,
I negated her feelings and stuff. But I also think she did the same thing to her mom.
yeah.
My kids do
Well,
the
that's what was said. It's the cycle of
it
life.
it is. It is.
It's we all do exactly the same.
And the good news is that no matter how many times I hurt my mom, and I'm sure I did by saying stupid shit or making her feel small, she doesn't remember none of that now. That
Yeah,
was a blip in time to her. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, she doesn't remember none of that because I just don't believe you remember anything bad when you pass. I
yeah,
don't. And it's just like when people pass, we forgive them of things, I think. You know what I mean? Like my mom, things that used to piss me off about my mom, uh, that I would get into it with her about. Now it's like all's forgiven. Like that was my mom, and I dare anybody to say anything about my mom's
yeah,
flaws. You know what I mean? Like I will fucking cut your throat. Uh,
yeah,
because it's different when they're not here anymore and you realize just I would give anything to have 2 hours with her being a little asshole to me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure everybody feels that
And
way.
everyone feels exactly the same way. As you say, it's life, isn't it? Anyway, Lee, let's have a smoke. Come on. Let me have a smoke.
Okay, have a
You
smoke.
ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
I better stop before I go high again.
Maggie, do you know you would have made the perfect you would have made the perfect actress?
Oh, I was meant to go back and listen to myself doing that because I
Oh my,
can't. I
that
just don't know
sounded,
how it sounds to use.
you need to listen to this one because that sounded even better because there wasn't so much background noise. So
Really?
yeah,
That-
Lizzo was trying to tell you, and it was funny because Lizzo kept saying, Maggie, because you know how you smoke a cigarette like different when you're like in the middle of the cigarette still, like you feel like
Yeah,
time, so I'll just enjoy it. And then when it gets down to closer to the button, you're fixing to have to put it out. So you're like hot boxing the damn cigarette because you're
you
trying.
smoked it quick. Well,
Yeah,
this is the message I sent to her when I was trying to tell her how to get over, and I was saying, now when you get near the end, have a good few whiffs and you'll go high. But I was going right. So listen, girl, all you do with this lollipop stick, put it in your mouth and go, and then when you're near the end, go like that, Liz. I said, and you go high. I said, I'm going fucking high now.
that you're right though, because that's how I smoke as well. I double
Oh,
hit. I double. It's terrible. Every time I take a hit, like I'll suck it in, and then I'll immediately, before I blow that out, take
you'd
another.
have another whiff. I
Yes,
know.
yes, that's what I mean. A
Why
professional.
is that? When you know you've got to put that ciggy out and get back to do what you're doing, you're on it, aren't you? Like,
Getting every little bit of juice. Maggie, you should have been an actress.
oh my gosh.
You should have been an actress because you do so many things and you're not like a bit bothered by it.
I don't,
Like, look,
it's just me. It's just, I don't know. Oh, I'm going to have to go back. I bet you it's crap to me. I don't even know what you're on about, but I will go back and have a look. Someone clip it. Melly Joe, can you clip it for me,
it
please?
sounds and it's so believable. Like you can believe that's what
But I
you're.
bet you if you did exactly the same, you would too.
I would
I should
hold
get a
on.
lighter,
All right,
shouldn't I?
I'm gonna try it. Okay.
Go on. Hang
I
on. Let me get. Go
do
on.
it. Let me try it with the cigarette in my hand though. I won't light it. But I'll
Do the laser by the time. That's what I should do. Flick the laser.
okay, hold on. Let me go
Go
out
on.
and grab a cigarette and the
Go
light.
on.
I'll see what I can do. I'll
But you
try.
might get background noise outside.
No, I'm gonna go back in. I just won't light it inside my house, but I'll act like it.
Go on.
All right, so got my cigarette out. All right, this is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna act like I'm lighting it.
You've done it. You did it.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Could you
Do
hear
it
it?
again. Do it again.
All right, hold on. Let me try it
Come
again.
closer to the mic.
Okay, okay, hold on. I'm gonna act like I'm lighting it.
Yeah, you've done it.
Did I
Honest, it
do
sounds
it?
like yeah. But go closer when you're puffing on it like that.
Okay, let me show you how I'm really smoking a cigarette, right? I'm not gonna light it, but I'm gonna act like I'm really smoking this. Let me tell you how it sounds. Hold on. Act like I'm lighting it.
See,
Did you
that's
hear it?
it.
Did you hear how I hit it twice? Listen. See,
What do
that's
you
how
mean
I
when you say
smoke.
hit it twice?
Yeah, so I suck. I take a hit off of it, right? And before I blow out the smoke, I take another hit.
Another whiff of it, do
Yeah,
you?
so like my whole lungs are filled up. I've got a lot of nick, and then I blow out two hits at the same time.
Oh, let me try that. Let me
Yeah,
try
do
that.
that.
No, that wasn't right. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
You just don't blow. So you're taking in really deep breaths the first time. I don't. I only take in like a half a breath with the first hit. And then the second hit, I finish filling my lungs with it. And then I
Okay,
blow the whole thing
so
up. Try that.
okay, so let me do it. Hang on. What was that?
What was that? You only took one hit.
I didn't say that two. Listen, one.
Okay.
It's not working.
All
Let
right.
me just
Listen.
do. Let me do the normal one.
Yeah. See there? It's because you're with your first hit, you're filling up your lungs. You can't do that. Now listen, I'm gonna show you one more time. Listen. All right. That's how you do it.
It sounds to me like you're going, look. It's like you do the breathing lessons. Dave doesn't know what's happening. Dave, listen. Listen to this. This is not coming from me. This has come from Lene and a few people in chat. When I pretend, I was trying to talk Lizzo how to give him smoke and pretend she's smoking a lollipop stick. And I sent her a recording of me doing it. And she said it sounded so funny. And Lene said the same and said that I sound like I'm really doing it. So they all love the sounds, and someone was on here yesterday, was it Army Vet? And he
Yeah.
clipped it. He loved the sounds as well. So that's what it's all about, Dave. There you go.
Rose petal, hello. See now,
Hi, Rose
a
Petal.
cigarette. Mm.
Oh God, honest to God, things we do.
Everybody should try that, but you know what? It'll probably encourage smoking.
Have you ever smoked or had a whiff of a cigar?
No, my mom used to, you know, those little swishers. Do
Like
you?
the long, thin brown ones?
Yeah, my mom used to smoke those like whenever we would go on road trips as a kid. She would
Mm,
smoke those because um it doesn't take as much to get as much nicotine. So she would smoke more cigarettes. But if she bought the swishers, then she wouldn't smoke as much on the road trips.
I'm
Isn't
trying
that
to
odd?
think what they, yeah, weird. I'm trying to think what they were called here. Do you know, Lizzo? The long, thin, brown ones?
I think
Oh,
off at the appointment.
I can't think. What? Oh, yeah, that's right. I used to babysit for a man and woman, and he used to smoke them. I can't remember what they're called.
I
But
like
I'm talking about a proper man cigar. I
no.
remember having a whiff years ago. Oh my God, how they smoked them, I'll never know.
Yeah, but they don't breathe them in, right? Don't they just puff on them?
Oh, I don't know. I took mine in and it took, oh, I went like that. Look, hang on. I went, blowing it out like that, and my throat was on fire.
I don't think you're supposed to breathe in a cigar. I don't know. I've never had one. I love the
What's the
smell of
point?
it.
What's the point, though?
I
What's
don't
the point?
maybe you
Just so,
have it
hang on. You put it
and
in
the
your mouth and go,
taste.
no, I don't understand that at all.
I don't
So
know.
all you're giving yourself is brown teeth.
I guess. Maybe Dave knows.
Dave, Why do men smoke guitars? Why
Guitar.
do men smoke cigars and do they inhale or just blow the smoke out? Because they are killers, them on the back of the throat.
Well, remember George Burns, the actor, used to
Yeah.
smoke
He
cigars
used to have it in his mouth all the time.
all the time, and he never, he just puffed. I never saw him breathe in the
Yeah.
smoke.
To be honest, I think a few people now, I'm thinking I've never seen inhaling.
Right.
And even like with a pipe, you know, a pipe, when they just go
Yeah, I don't think
like
they're
that
inhaling either.
on the end, don't they?
Right.
And then the smoke's just coming out the sides of the mouth, and while they've still got that the bit in the mouth.
Yeah, I don't think they inhale a pipe either. I think you're right. I think sometimes you get a little bit of the smoke, but it's not intentional.
Hmm.
I
I
think
don't know.
this. I don't know either. Now I don't like the pipe smell as much. My grandfather used to do it, so I don't like the pipe smell as much. But I think a cigar smells good.
Well, when my dad was alive, he used to always say, "Oh, here's pipey," and we'd all start smelling. Every now and again, he would always be the first to smell it, the smell of a pipe. And we've never had it since my dad passed away. How weird is that? Oh
Do
God.
you have his pipe?
My dad never smoked a pipe now,
Oh, okay.
but he used to smell the pipe, and then we all would. And then the woman next door, yeah, our houses aren't joined on like I am to the others. She's sort of on the side, but our back gardens, yards, whatever you call them, are attached. And she's been saying for months now, when she's in her kitchen window overlooks my garden gate.
Uh,
So she's been saying, "Oh, I'm telling you now, I have seen every time I look up at certain times, I see a figure. It's like very dark, walking past and going through past my past her kitchen window. And if you walk past her kitchen window, you're going into the garden or towards over the railway." So she phoned me the other night and she said, "I'm telling you now, our Jamie, which is a brother, has seen the ghost." She said he went white. She said he got a cap on and he comes from like your way over and goes through the garden. I said, "Oh my God, wondered if that's Mr. Pipey."
oh God.
Oh, if I seen that Lene, I'd shit myself.
Um, I have to tell you about this dream that I had.
Tell me.
Um, it was the oddest. Now it's not a sad dream at all, you guys. So because it had Cheyenne in it, it's not sad, but it was weird. So I was with my sister. I'm always with my sister in dreams. It seems like I was with my sister. I don't know where we were at, but I could see the back room from the front room. Like, and Cheyenne was in there laying on the bed. This is no lie. This is how bad YouTube has affected my life. Cheyenne was sick or something back there, right? And she was laying on the bed and she was staring at me. And my sister said that she was going to call the vet, whatever. You know who the vet was that came to my house? I've never had a vet come to my house.
Go
The vet
on.
who came to my house was Mel Mel.
Oh my
But
God.
but in my dream she wasn't Mel Mel. Like she was not
Yeah, I know what you mean.
a YouTube person to me. You know, she was like my vet. And
Yeah, yeah.
she went in there and she talked to Cheyenne, and I walked in there with her and she walked back out and she said, "Hey," she said, "she's having a little bit of trouble breathing, so I'm going to have to intubate her, and then just for a little while, and then she'll be fine." And I was like, "Intubate Cheyenne?" And she was like, "Yes, I'm going to intubate Cheyenne." And I looked over at my sister. I was like, "She wants to intubate Cheyenne." Like it was just this oddest, weirdest thing.
Yeah,
Sister,
yeah.
well, yeah. And I was like, nobody intubates Cheyenne. You don't get to
How weird is
intubate
that?
Cheyenne.
You
So
often wonder, don't you, what dreams are about?
I know. And then I looked down there and she had intubated Cheyenne and she's
Mm.
sitting on the bed with her. This is Lulu. I mean, Mel Mel. She's sitting on the bed with her, right? The next part of the dream, it was just like a switch, right? She came out, but we were no longer in that house. We were like in an office or something, but it was all white. There was no carpet, no seating, no nothing. It was just a sterile room that had two doors. And I saw her talking to my sister and telling my sister how much money it was going to cost. And my sister's like, "You're going to charge her that much money for intubating Cheyenne?" And she was like, "Well, Maria's got to be paid." And I was like, "What?" And I opened the door, and inside now I'm just peeking around the door, and I look down that hallway, and Maria G is inside another room down there with Cheyenne. And she looked up at me and didn't say nothing to me. And there was a young girl, and I don't know who she is, but I've seen her before. Haven't figured out who she is,
Oh my
but she
God.
had blonde hair, and she was really little, like young and little, like maybe in her 20s. And I know her, I just can't place her. And she was like, "Hi, Leni." And I came back out, and I was like, "Fucking Mel and Maria G are charging me all this money because they intubated Cheyenne." And I woke up.
Do you think it could come from the way what you had to go through about Little Wednesday when it was costing you so much, and it's just subconscious, and that took you there? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
But I dream about you two people all the time in these weird places. And it
Wow.
woke me right up. Right up.
It's mad, that, isn't it?
How about Maria G is charging me to intubate, and they're charging me to intubate my baby.
So are the two of them, are they working together,
They're
or
working together.
one's wanting to instabase and the other one, so they're giving you different prices?
No, Maria G, by all accounts, according to my dream, was working for Mel Mel. Mel Mel would not have charged that much money to intubate Cheyenne if Maria G didn't need to be paid too. I was like, what? What the fuck? I told you don't intubate my dog, and now I'm gonna have to
And
pay.
now she's already intubated.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, Dave wants to know if you dream about him.
I've never dreamed about Three Dot. Never, never. Although my dreams with Three Dot probably would scare the shit out of me because he'd probably get me into some kind of P Diddy shit. Seriously, all I can imagine is being at a freak off party with Dave wearing white, and Dave walking around with his hammer hung to his knees. Oh,
Yeah,
terrible.
Luke said intubated or inseminated.
No,
Mm.
Dave would want to be inseminating, but
Because you're going to inseminate, aren't you?
I know it was intubating. The,
No, I know they were dreaming of intubating, but you're going to be doing the deed
I'm doing the deed, yeah.
for
For
yourself. So maybe that's, yeah,
it's just crazy. It's crazy. I'm
it is
telling you,
crazy.
my dreams. I have the oddest dreams. I have the oddest dreams. It's
You
terrible.
sure do, girl. I think I dreamed once of someone on YouTube, didn't I? I told you. Can't remember it now at all. Don't know who I dreamed about.
I can't remember who you told me, but I remember you telling me you dreamed.
We're holding on, Dave. Go on, we're holding on. We're waiting for it. I'm having a swig of this coffee. You got a
Us.
coffee, Lee?
No, I have Diet Coke. I drank so
I
much
couldn't
coffee
drink
yesterday,
that.
but now it sounds good now that you said it. Damn it.
Yeah, I couldn't drink a cold drink in the cold weather in my life. I can just about drink one in the hot weather. I have coffee every day in my life, all day.
Yeah, I do it a couple of times a day. I just start craving it. And
Same.
I think a lot of it is situational. Like if I
Yeah.
think of something warm and fuzzy, like watching like Gilmore Girls or something. Now I have gotten into watching that the witch one that Lori, my daughter, wanted me to watch.
Hmm.
Um and now I'm like, oh, I gotta have a coffee. And then every time it never fails. When I watch Kirsten and York, I have to have a coffee. I have to.
My God, you're on the Bensley.
I know. I
You're
know,
on the
but I
Bensley.
associate things.
What was funny? It was funny listening to Lene's dream. It was all over the place. Maria G was charging her money, and so was Mel Mel. They were the vets, Dave, in a dream, but she didn't know them in a dream. She just knew it was them. If you get me.
And I got charged double.
You're ripping it off. I think it's come from the cast. I think it's come from Wednesday. It's on your mind.
And Dave, I said, you asked if I ever dreamed about you. I said, no, thank God, because I would be dreaming about you like at a Diddy party. We would be having a freak off all in white. And oh,
And that's what we were laughing at.
that's what we were laughing at. I'm pretty
Where
sure
the
that's the
hell?
only dream I would have about you is a freak off party with Diddy. Diddy.
I asked if where are you tonight, Dave? She's answered you. You asked if Leni dreams about you. Yeah? And she said, no, she doesn't. And if she did, it would be in P. Diddy style in a mad party or something. And that's why we laughed. Oh, Dave, I agree with Melly Joe. Are you drunk?
Coke bottle dicks. Right. Oh, Lulu, you're going to light an extra candle for your mom. That's so sweet.
Oh, that's nice, Lou.
That's so sweet.
You're saying Shabbat's tomorrow. I'm going, hang on. What day is it? I don't know what day I'm in.
I don't know either.
Is it when? Oh, no, it's
No, it's
Thursday because the
Thursday.
bins have been. Oh my God, so it's Friday tomorrow. The week's gone so fast. Well, I think the book is going to be finished by tomorrow. I think so. By looking at it, I'm thinking, will it be finished? But you know what? I'm just going to read it till it is finished because I want to get on to another book now.
Yeah.
If you aren't kidding me, because I wouldn't take offence. I'd just laugh. If anyone wants, if I'll read the books out and you can pick a book you want. I haven't got many because I ended up going over to Kindle. I don't even know where my Kindle is, although I've got it on my phone anyway. It's Thursday night there. I know, Lou. I just didn't know what day I was in. And I even
Oh,
remembered to like without being told. Check
oh,
you, Lou. Check you. I see 12. I see 13. I'm always seeing 13. I'm always seeing 13 on that eye. Oh, now it's 12. Did you just take your like back, Dave?
that's not a like. The eye is
Oh,
how many
who's
people.
watching? Okay. Okay. How many likes? Where's the likes? Can I see them?
I can't see them on here. We'd have to go out and go over to.
No, I can't. I can't see them. Yeah, 13. Oh, now it's 4. Oh, now it's 15. Come
Yeah,
on, come in from the bushes. Come on. Hit that like.
hit that like.
Oh, I wish the people that I was talking to yesterday on the lives had come in. They were dead nice.
I heard it. You know what? You had the videos. I
I
don't know
know.
on my message, but I fixed it, and I'll show you
Oh,
how.
that's good because I didn't know how to do it. I did try. I went in, but then I thought, no, I was altering your settings, so I didn't want to do that. So I just left it for you to do.
No, you can always change that stuff, but do you know how to change it?
I don't know. I could probably try. I did see where it says, but tell me anyway in case.
So you have to go. I don't think you can do it like in the middle of your stream. In the middle of your stream,
Got to
like
do it at the beginning. I know.
um but you either have to do it in the beginning or you could do it at the end. So but you have to go over to studio and then pull up the live, and then you scroll down a little bit and it tells you um who it's for. Is it for public or private or whatever? And that's, and you just change it to public.
Right. Because what was I just going to say then? When you say you go over to studio, I've got no clue what you mean about studio.
Okay, I'll show you how to do that off of here.
Okay. Oh, we've got 17 watching now. Whoop, whoop.
Your new
Come
friend.
on, guys. Come on. 15 watching and 20 likes. We've got 17 now. 17. Come on. Come on. Hit the like. Anyone's passing and just listening, please hit the like.
Please.
Please. Please hit the like. Please hit the like, guys. Please. Please.
To do Mac,
Please.
start going live and acting like, we're having sex. Like that lady does on there. I found her again from her.
Oh my God, she's still
I
at it.
I had to click in. I had to.
I do. I watch it and I don't know what I'm watching for.
Oh,
Is she
it,
still got the piece of string around her waist?
no, she was laying on the bed again, and
Oh, I've never seen that one laying on
it
the bed. The
was
one you were talking about with the
yeah,
fella.
yeah. She does all different kinds. Sometimes she'll do it without the fella, and
Oh
she's like
God.
the bed, and it looks like somebody's doing their deed, and
Mm.
she's just like got her face on camera, and you can see her body moving up and down. I can't.
Oh,
I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm the same. I'm the same. If I click in them, I'm sitting there 20 minutes later thinking, what the fuck? And I'm still there.
Yes, right, exactly.
God, it's our warped. It's because we just need to know. I don't know. Our curiosity is terrible. I am. I've got my mind is everywhere. I love to know what's going on or trying to work out what's going on in people's heads.
I seriously am having talks with her when I'm watching. I'm like, bitch, smile, do something, act like
I
you're
know.
in it at least. I mean, you're doing it in the daylight or at least with a lamp on, something's going on. I mean, this is I'm talking to her the whole time like she can hear me.
I know. I know.
Then
I
I'm
do.
watching
And I get shouted to shut up. I've woke them up or anything.
and then you're watching chat. Half of it you can't understand because it's in a total different language. And I want
Hmm.
to know so bad what they're saying in
Yeah,
chat if it's dirty old men that are in there, that
I
are
think it
just getting
is.
off to it. And it's amazing to me.
I
It's
know. But have you seen how fast the chat's going?
yeah,
Oh my God, I couldn't keep up with that chat. And then she comes to the camera, sits on that stool. There's not a word to be heard, not a sound to be heard even.
right,
And she's putting the thumbs up, just putting a thumbs up,
right.
and then goes back to where she normally stands with him or whatever. And he's dragging a frock right in close to you see a nickel line. Oh God.
See,
Sex sells, Melly Joe, it does. I'm gonna have to get on and pretend I'm having sex or something.
right, but here's what
How can
amazes
I do a
me about
live doing that? How could I do a live do? I could go and sit outside a sex shop and hide and video people going in. Could I do that? Would I get done?
oh,
It's a public place, isn't it?
it's a public place.
So if
And
I know where there's a sex shop.
well, here's the deal. People like that, I don't understand people's way of thinking. I don't understand reasonings for people to be on YouTube. People all have different reasonings, right? So I don't think she's monetized. There's no way she could be monetized because YouTube, which I don't know why YouTube hadn't shut that shit down. But I mean, especially over we get in trouble for singing, right? So to her, I think it's just about being an exhibitionist and having that's
Well,
her thing.
she's getting something. I'm telling you now, they are they are getting paid some way or other. I
Yeah,
can tell.
it could be that she's getting private money.
Yeah.
Not
Next
get
time, in a few more months, she's going to come on, Lene. She's going to be in a mansion. She won't be sitting in that scruffy room.
maybe so.
She's going to
Maybe,
be in a. Oh yeah,
but I also know that people go live on YouTube and it's not so much about getting money. It's about just
getting off, getting off.
getting off or being powerful like they've never
Yeah,
felt any control in any part of their life and
yeah. Gives
they're
people power.
control of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know. People do YouTube for all different reasons, but um and in my book,
Hiya, DJ.
what? DJ came in?
It's DJ.
Hello, DJ. I thought DJ gave up on us. I just figured he went somewhere else.
I thought he'd gone on holiday. How dare you go on holiday and leave us, DJ? Getting off. Crude. Yeah, it is, Dave. I think that's what they're doing. They're getting off on it, some of them. You love the thought of being watched. What's that called? What's that
Well,
called when
I think they are exhibitionists,
is
and
that what it's called? Exhibitionist?
yeah, and there's a tinge of me that is like that, so I can understand it, but I'm too mouthy. Like I have to talk. There's no way I could just be staring
Yeah.
at the camera.
Yeah. It's called voyeurism. I thought exhibitionist is when someone takes the clothes off, or am I wrong?
It can be a different kind. All it is like doing something for people to be watching. They just
Oh.
enjoy being watched and whatever
Like
they're doing. And
like
usually
jogging. I could go jogging.
you could go,
Jogging. Could do jogging. But then
"Talk?
again, jogging.
What is that?"
Remember I told you there's a place in Liverpool. It's a car park. This is where they go. And people turn up there on certain nights of the week. I don't know. I don't know how they let people know, or they just turn up and they're having sex in the car. And then other people, it's called jogging, and other people come turn up in their cars and just stand there watching them.
Yeah, that's voyeurism.
Nothing happens.
Yeah,
Nothing happens. They don't get involved. They just watch them.
that's wild. See
Hey,
here.
Sab, do you know where in Liverpool that happens or when it happens? I'm asking Sab like he knows.
Well, he
But,
might,
well, you might, Sab. You might know.
but
Let's
that's
get naked,
law.
Dave. Let's get, come on, Dave, get on the camera naked. Avoid is someone who watches like through windows, etc. Oh,
Yeah, and an exhibitionist is somebody who actually does the deed, who does it to
right.
be watched.
Depends on the definition of the situation. Dogging voyeurism in a car. Well, alls I know, they call it dogging, Sab, when they go down and watch people having sex in their cars. That's all I mean, I don't know that much about it, but apparently it happens in Otterspool in Liverpool. Whether it still goes on there, I've no idea. But when I heard about it a few years ago, I was shocked and I thought I'd love to go, but hide so no one would see me and think I was jogging, do you know what I mean? And just to see what goes on. Because I can't get my head around people like this, that what goes on. I call that a peeping Tom. Well, a peeping Tom here would be someone that, yeah, like peeps from the bushes and is, playing with himself, watching people or
That's so
peering
gross.
into people's windows, something like that. Go on, what do you say, Dave? There was this one time, yeah. Sab's workshop, car parks on off track, lay-by wooded areas, etc. You know a bit about this, Sab. Have you been talking? Once upon a time at band camp. Go on, I'll read it out.
It's a joke, Maggie.
Who is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. We get the American humour, Dave.
I want to know if Dave has ever been to one of Diddy's freak offs. Was he ever invited to Diddy's freak off?
Or Dave, have you ever been to what's it called? Them clubs where men and women go and they swap.
The swingers clubs.
Swingers. Did you tell us that? Yeah. Have you ever been to a swingers club, Dave? Because this is the impression I get from you. But then in reality, you're probably not a bit like that. Because that's usually the way, isn't it? You've never actually been talking now. What have you actually done then, Sab? Have you actually done anything like that? Like, have you ever been to a swingers club? But I done enough in life to know about it all. Oh,
But
oh,
not all swingers are gay though.
oh
I mean,
no,
some of them have a
no.
strict
Uh,
rule like
The married,
I'm
did
touch,
you? Yeah,
I'm not touching another guy or I'm not touching another girl. They're
Yeah,
there to have sex with the opposite sex, but different people.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Sab says, I lived with swingers for a year and a half, and a year and a half, and the parties we had. Oh, I can tell you some stories. I
Oh,
tell you. Well, come and tell us.
we would love to know that.
Oh,
Did
Sab.
you partake?
Did you? Did you get? Well, he said the parties we had. Oh.
Oh,
Did you really, niece? Oh.
that's right. Diddy parties were gay. That P. Diddy is a major shit for his swinging parties. He was one sick puppy, and the poor girls were just sex slaves. But
Uh,
I have to tell you guys. Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys. Maybe it's too controversial. It wasn't controversial to me, but it is I don't feel like talking about it right now, but maybe I'll
oh,
tell you.
shut up, you started. You better
Okay.
finish.
So I was having a discussion with somebody last night, and I won't say who, but I was having a discussion with somebody last night, and they said, um, somehow we had gotten on the topic of slaves, and he said slavery is alive. Oh God, I wish RC was here to hear this because I know this would be his jam to talk about it. But anyways, he said slavery is alive and well in the US. And I believe that to be true, but not like slavery as in I told him, I said, not like slavery as it was in the, way back when. And he said, oh, but it is. He said, it's just, it's not so much the Americans that are doing it. I was told this, that he had talked to a lady because he owns his own business, right? He had talked to a lady who owned some nail salons here in where he lives at. And she said she's she somehow had they were talking about that as well. But she didn't call it slavery. She said, I'm telling you, this is how you handle your business. This is how I do mine. She said, she's from not Korea, not Japan, another place over there. She's from somewhere like that. She came over to the United States with money. She bought out some nail salons. What she does is she sends back to that country and gets women and men. She flies them over here, right? And then under a work visa, right? And then she owns like a couple of trailers and she houses them in the trailers and they have to work 10 to 12-hour days for her at
Oh,
almost minimum wage. It's a little bit more than minimum wage.
oh,
And but to them that's a lot of money because their country isn't as they don't make as that much money over there.
yeah.
But I'm like, but it's more expensive to live here. He said, yes, but when you've got 5 people living in that trailer and they're all splitting the expenses, that money's going right back into her pocket because they're living in her property. They're
Yeah.
her rent. So basically, that's she's making money now off of them being here and turning around and paying them a little bit over minimum wage. If
Ah.
they decide not, like they're not pulling their weight or doing it the way she said, I just deport them back. She said that's the exact same way that because there's a lot of hotels here that are owned by um, immigrants or Indians and Pakistanians, things like that. And she said they do it the exact same way. They come and they buy these hotels that are on the side of the road that Americans don't use. They're not franchised anymore. They're privately owned hotels. They send for people from their country. They bring them over here. They set them up in like a hotel room on the property, which comes now that's their rent. So they have to pay rent. It goes right back into their pocket. If they don't line up and work the hours they need them to work, they deport them.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of such?
oh
I was
God.
blown away.
Oh, have you, Sab?
That,
Oh,
that's what I did when I went and lived in Holland. I went because when I lived in Holland, I actually went with an agency from Stockton-on-Tees, and we went on the ferry. They pay for our ferry as well, right? Yeah, we just needed our passport. That's all we needed. We get over to Holland, and I went to Noordwijk on Zee was the first place I stayed at, and it put us up in like this hotel. It wasn't really a hotel, but it was like they put us in 4 dorm rooms. It was like a hostel more than anything. Do you know what I mean? And so, and we paid rent on that as well. We had a bar there as well inside the hotel. Um, and you had 100 quid tab on. So that was like a bit of a leeway in their back pocket as well, because it was their bar, like you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So it was money straight back in their pocket as well. All the food and everything else as well was laid on, but you had to pay for that out of, and they took money for your uniform as well. Like, so your first week's pay was pretty much gone. Like, I'm not joking. It was like, yeah. And they held your passport as well, so there was no like just leaving. Do you know what I mean? You had to go and see the boss, and the boss only turned up between 7 and 8 each evening, and he used to come with cash to give you wages out as well. Like, it was never like in your bank or anything like that. So yeah, I've actually kind of experienced that firsthand, really, right? in kind of in some sort of way, I suppose. Probably not as brutal as what they experienced it, because obviously over here it's a bit more. Do you know what I mean? You're a bit more looked after, and if I did just run off to the authorities, I'd probably be looked after, etc., etc. But yeah, no, it was kind of similar situation, right? And I did see people getting, if they didn't go and do the work, obviously. Do you know what I mean? We had a coach that took us in the morning, coach that brought us back at night. Oh, some of the people had been stuck in that situation. There was a guy I remember. I was in my first couple of weeks of being there. I was there for a year and a half. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, like, but it was kind of like a sticky situation. And some of the things I'd seen in between being there, it's Holland, drugs, people just going off the reds and stuff like that, like guns being drawn by the police on lads who were lost. Do you know what I mean? They've lost the plot. The guy I went with, he was a pisshead. He was an alcoholic basically, and he had a bet with me on the ferry on the way there that I wouldn't last a week, because I was only 18, 19, just turned 19 at the time, and he's like my age now. He was like in his 30s, 40s. And yeah, he didn't last it. He did a smash and grab on the bloody supermarket, because it was all the alcohol's just in the window. It's not like it is in England. It's not all like barred up and, you know what I mean, whatever. Like, it was literally just there in the window. And he was, yeah, we was out. We got there on a Sunday. By the Tuesday, he was that adamant to have a drink and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? He drank all his 100 quid on the bar tab in the bar, etc. He's an alcoholic, and yeah, he got deported as well, like, so do you know what I mean? That was the first week I was there, so I was on my own really when I got there. It was pretty, yeah, stayed there on my own like for a year and a half, like, pretty much. I left with a girl, like, that was when I left and went to Ireland and all the rest of it. But yeah, no, I've experienced that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was that in England?
That Holland, well, they were recruiting people from all over Europe, really, because some of the people I was with, it wasn't just English. It was Irish, Scottish, Welsh. There was Polish. There was Albanians working with us. Do you know what I mean? So it was
Wow.
it was a good mix of people. Like, it wasn't just, yeah. The lad I was bunked up with above me, he was a Scottish lad. The girl I got with, she was from Ireland, so they recruited her from Ireland, but she'd grown up in Colchester, Essex, in England, so. When we left Holland, that's when we went to Colchester in Essex, because she wanted to go back there. So yeah, and then she fell pregnant, and that's when she wanted to go back to her mum and dad in Ireland. So that's why we went to Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
and then yeah.
See, Maggie, I didn't know that stuff happened. I really didn't. I had
No, I didn't either.
no. He just told me that last night. I was shocked because that lady told him. She said, "What you need to do is buy you a couple trailers," and she said, "Put them on a lot, put a couple of people in them, and give them a little bit more than minimum wage. Everything goes right back into your pocket." And
Of
she said, "You actually make money off of them." And
course
he
you.
was like, "I could
God.
that." He's like, "No, there's no way." But I was blown away. I was blown away by that people could treat people like that.
Well,
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
do you know what? Like you say, you live in a bubble sometimes and you don't realise what's going on. I
No,
mean, I only realise more now about this world coming on YouTube.
Do you know, you want to talk
Things,
work or not? Look, Maggie, you'll get with this as well. This will open your eyes a little bit. Look at agencies and agency work across England, and there's loads of it as well. Like for care work, there's all in
yeah,
different industries for it, all over the place. Like you have specific, you have general. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of them, think about this now. So you go to work, and the wage there is supposed to be, for example, £20 an hour, but they're only giving you £10 an hour, so they're pocketing literally £10
yeah,
an hour just for supplying you as a workforce for that company, if that makes
true.
sense. So you get me,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that in it's and I've worked since I left school. I left school when I was 14. So I literally my first job was actually working with an agency at 15 years old. Now that technically should have. I think it would have been illegal, to be honest with
Well,
you.
it would have been illegal, yeah,
Even at my age then, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah, it would have
yeah.
been illegal, like, really, technically. But because it was my mate's dad, he was running it, it kind of like got shufted under the books and he used to give me cash. But I saw it from first hand then as well, because obviously it was my mate's dad running it. He was explaining how, I was sat in the car with him and he was explaining how he was getting so much money just sitting on his bum. Literally, he was like, basically, I've got 200 people working for me, and literally every hour that they work, I'm taking half of their wage.
Wow.
Do
Doesn't
you
it
know
just
what I
show
mean?
you when you
Yeah,
think about it, eh?
yeah,
Think about
yeah.
that.
It happens
It does open
that's
your
what I'm
eyes.
saying. It kind of happens on many different levels. It's not just so much like Lene's just like saying about how brutal that situation. That is a very brutal. You know what I mean? You dragged away from
Yeah.
your country, and it's not
But it's
just.
an umbrella, isn't it? It's, it's
Yeah,
wow.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. When you think about it, yeah, there's a very big umbrella about it. Like
Well, listen, I
even that.
need to go and spend a penny, but don't start telling them about this swingers thing
Right.
until I come
So
back.
the swing that you
Oh
go
no,
through it
wait
while
till I
I
come back.
start.
Wait till I come back.
That happened by accident as well, actually. Yeah. And I'll tell you honestly, I don't mind talking about it, to be honest with you. Part of my life, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's something I've done, and in fact, it's quite interesting because not many people have actually done it. They've not really experienced it, especially hardcore like I did.
all right.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
just a second, Sab. Hold on. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you for being here as well. I hope you're okay. I heard you went to the doctor. I hope everything's okay. Kaz, thank you for coming in, honey. Get you some rest. Lulu says Aussie farmers have a bit of notoriety for exploiting young backpackers from the UK in Europe.
Yeah, fruit
Low,
picking stuff. Yeah,
low pay, high rents for a shared room,
yeah.
poor facilities such as bathrooms, kitchens, etc. Stories are terrible. I never knew, never even
Yeah.
gave a thought.
That happens down here as well. That happens in England, down on the south coast. You get a lot of like Cornwall and whatnot, like down southwest coasts. But like here in Kent, not far from me as well, you got a lot of orchards, fruit orchards and stuff. So you get a lot of. Do you know what the thing is though, Lene? All right, it's kind of like a two-way sword about it as well, though, because a lot of the people here don't want to do them jobs. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, for example, like come Christmas time as well, not far from me, Appledore, and you can go and Google this as well, but Appledore is very notorious for its turkey farms, and they employ a lot of foreign people at these turkey farms. Even if I go to the agency as an English person and apply for that job, they won't take me. They'll only take foreign people. How weird is that? I'm literally being like ostracized out of my own and it's not kind of one of them. It's because they've had so many people say that they're going to do the job. They turn up for the job. They do a day or two, like, and instead of carrying on through the seat, do you know what I mean? They give it up and they just can't be bothered doing it. Like, whereas the foreigners, they just happily take the job and it's money in the pocket and they'll do it all. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of them, like, so it's not because they're trying to be racist about it, it's because they've just been let down so many times by us people, ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's kind of one of them as well. Like, but yeah, even here as well, the farmers, they're notorious for like sticking them in shared bloody little room things and then charging them rent for it and etc. And they're only getting a crap wage as well. They got to pick so much. You know what I mean? You got to meet a quota as well So if they don't if they don't pick 100 apples at the end of the day, they kind of like, yeah, they don't get paid as much as such. But yeah, whereas obviously the more foreign workers, they put the backbone and they put more effort and more graft in it, thinking, well, if I pick 200 apples, I'll get double the pay. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
See, that's the way it is here too. A lot of now I am all for I probably piss people off. I don't care. I'm allowed an opinion too. I am all for closed borders. I am. If you want to come over here the right way, get you a passport, do it the right way, then come on. In fact, I'll even cook you dinner. Shoot, come on over. Because I love all people. But
yeah,
flying into a country, any country, not just mine, where people are already living on the streets or living in trailers or motorhomes on the side of the road because we can't afford housing anymore. Families are hungry, and we're bringing in people and offering them free medical, free food, free housing, when we're not even taking care of our own. I find that to be a problem. But on the other side of that, there are also jobs here that Americans won't take.
yeah,
McDonald's is a huge uh um example of that. People say, "Oh no, I don't want to work fast food." I
yeah,
remember hearing that so much. I don't want to work fast food. Well, why don't you want to work fast food? Well, first of all, it's gross.
and
Second of all,
like,
it doesn't pay enough
you,
money. And I'm like,
yeah,
making zero money sitting on your ass at home is better than making $1 over a minimum wage working for me. You're a fucking idiot. You're not any better than I am. I had a guy come through McDonald's and somebody had messed up his hamburger, and he proceeded to tell me he's in Forbes magazine as a Fortune 500, one of the Fortune 500 businesses. I was like, I don't give a flying fuck who you.
yeah, good for you, Brett.
I was like, you're no better than I am or anybody behind this counter. I
Yeah,
don't give a shit how much money you make. We put out food to everybody. We try to make it good. We try to make it up to standard, up to par. Sometimes we make a mistake, or more times than not, we make a mistake. But you're not getting treated any different walking in these doors telling me you're a Fortune 500 company. Fuck you. What are you eating at McDonald's for, anyways? Go to Chick-fil-A. He walked out, never came back. What do I care?
yeah. Oh well, that's what I was going to say. Like, you make a good point with the like, again, the umbrella of like the immigrant situation and foreign people. When I say foreign people, I can't really. I'll look you straight. I can't really have a problem because when I've been traveling, I've been all over Europe, and I should have technically. I've got my, say, national insurance numbers to pay towards tax straight away, but obviously I did a bit of like freelance work, we'll call it, in between doing that. So like, even in Spain, I was in Spain for a full season. That's like 8-9 months I was over there for, and then I went to Barcelona. It's still Spain, but I just went further up for a few months, but nothing much was happening there. But for the first few weeks that I was in Spain, I had to go and get my national insurance number, but I had to go to the town hall in the morning and go and get it. Do you know what I mean? It took me like 2 weeks to get that. So there was that 2 weeks in between. There's that level of, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like you have to do what you have to do in between, but then you've got the hardcore. Now it's just, we're in a totally different situation from when I was traveling. I could just bounce around Europe.
Right.
We had European Union, so it didn't really matter where you went in Europe, so long as, you know what I mean, you was part of the European Union, and then we were all kind of like the same kind of kettle of fish. Do you know what I mean? So there wasn't so much stringent about it. But now we've gone Brexit and we've exited all that kind of being part of all that, and it's just everything's changed now. Like, obviously, even I probably can't relate to going backpacking across Europe now to what it was 20 years ago when I was in my 20s. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind
Yeah.
of, I could easily just put my thumb out, and nowadays, I mean, geez, I wouldn't even suggest it to my own kids. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, you never know what's going to happen nowadays.
Yeah. Hold on just a Kaz, when he said splitting, that is it's a slang word for mean you're leaving. Like he didn't know you were leaving. Splitting is a slang word here. Um Pink Fan says, Mickey's pays good money here, especially to school leavers way above minimum wage. Now, listen, I mean,
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They pay pretty well here too. They don't pay, but you have to understand what a lot of people, how a lot of Americans think. First of all, it is the lowest of the low to work fast food. Um, really, people think that. People look down on people who work fast. You've heard all the jokes people talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Oh, you're from
The
I
stigma.
better education than working at McDonald's. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a stigma. It's a stereotype that if you work fast food, that you're not educated to get a better job and
You
stuff.
want bad money.
So it's looked down upon um here. And so um people would actually rather not work at all and just barely scrape up, get by, than go work at McDonald's or any other fast food restaurants. It's just terrible.
Idiocracy.
I'm telling you, I'm not above any fucking. I'll go if I need money. I will be shoveling shit.
I was just about to say, I've worked on emptying the bins. I've worked on literally. I work with the bins with the council. Do you know what I mean? And it might be a stinky job, but you know what? At the end of the day, you can go home, you can have a shower, you can get all clean again. You know what I mean? You can sit down, you can eat your dinner, have a nice, and it pays well. It really does pay well working on the bins. It pays all right. It's about 15, 17 quid an hour, I think it is at the minute with the council. It's all right.
Isn't it? Yeah.
What?
So Sab, I'm all ears. Are you, Lene?
I'm all ears.
We're all ears. Get ready, guys, and get ready.
So bringing about where I said I had left Holland, I'd gone over to Ireland, etc. My mum, 3 days after my son was born, my mum passed away with cancer. And that's what brought me back to England. Do you know what I mean? Obviously. But everything was a bit messed up and my life was everywhere. And obviously I'd come back from Holland and whatnot. So I was still kind of like taking drugs, etc. Do you know what I mean? I was still obviously part of all that. Now going back to Wigan was a bit of a... It was a bit of a shock to the system because obviously I'd done all this traveling. I've kind of grown up a bit. I'm not the same Sebastian that I used to be. And Maggie, you probably appreciate this. There ain't many Sebastians knocking about in each town up north.
No, it certainly isn't. I don't know one.
So
I don't know
you can
one.
imagine, you can imagine growing up in Wigan, in Hindley, in the little town of Hindley, like, you know what I mean? In Wigan, I was like notorious. I was the only, you know what I mean? It was like, I could never get away with anything or anything. So obviously disappearing and coming back and being this new, I used to get bullied and tortured when I left. I really did. Like, I really did. Like, seriously, like, I'm not bothered. It made me the man I am today. It made me stand up. And the things that I did when I went, like I said, this is where I'm coming. The things that I did when I come back to Wigan was kind of phenomenal because I put people in the fucking place.
Can I just ask everyone in chat, can you understand Sab, or does he need to slow down? Because I think you're like me, Sab, when you get going, you talk fast.
I do. It's because thinking about all this, it's kind of like it's reliving the situation, and I get really like, do you know what I mean? I've spent many years trying to like kind of get rid of the PTSD from this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I suppose.
Slow down the saying, Sab, if you can, love. Slow down.
So all this stuff happened where my life's chaotic. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know where I'm going, and I'm involved with all sorts. I haven't really got family around me because I went traveling and my mum passed away. Everybody around me kind of held it against me, so I was a bit like, I felt a bit alone, let's call it, like. And I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? It's just that was just a part of my life I went through. So, but it led me to getting involved in a few fights, which were standing my ground from being bullied, which was good, obviously. Do you know what I mean? It was like kind of growing up and maturing sort of situation. It was like, I'm having this no more. I'm not standing. I'm not going to. I just knew if I let them people do that to me, then they would just constantly do it to me. They'd always have that angle. So I just put my foot down. But anyway, I got in a fight with a big family there called the Twelvefolds, and they're probably still bitter about it now. Because I put one of the brothers, I put him in hospital with a wired jaw and everything else as well. I wrapped a golf club around his face and then took two of the rest of them on as well. I was like, come on then. I was cocky then. But anyway, I had to do one. I had to disappear. And as it was an older person Anthony, his name was, and he was of a family that I grew up with, which was ironically, I'd grown up with his family literally across the road from me, down, you know what I mean? It was like the street opposite, which went that way rather than this way off mine, yeah. So, and my house was on that T junction and looking down that street, and his house, I didn't know him, you see, because he'd been involved in all of this kind of situation. He'd buggered off to a little place called Atherton near Manchester, so that's a few miles down the road, and he'd gone and lived there, like out of the way of it all. And anyway, because I was living in a pub upstairs, and I was renting a room in a pub in Hindley, and one night they all came in, and this is how I met them, and they all came in, and I'm like, I've been in the pub working on the bar and everything else all night. We had a lock in, we all sat down, was drinking away, and they were like, "Yeah, do you want some pills, ecstasy pills?" They were, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go for it, let's do it." Like, yeah. So I'm off my head, woo, right, you know what I mean? Like, and his wife, not his wife, his missus, really. They've been together for a long time. Obviously, they've been together like 8 years or 9 years or something by this point. So, and bearing in mind, I'm only 21 at this point, so you know I'm very much on the edge of consent anyway. But it was, she said to me, come and sit down here in front of me. So, and I did, and she was just massaging my head, sort of, and it was like, it felt really good, like, to be honest, one of them. And then they were like, he came over, Tony, Joyce, her name is, by the way, and Tony came over and he said, "Fancy coming off to the club with us in Bolton?" And I was like, yeah, let's do it. We're going to the church club. And I was like, yeah, I didn't have a clue what they were talking. I'd never been to this club before, right? So anyway, we went there, and I soon discovered it was a gay club. I was like, yeah, I'm not really about this kind of, you know what I mean? I'm not about this sort of thing, right? And a couple of guys tried to know me and that, and I was like, yeah, no, thank you, I'm straight. They were like, what are you doing here then? You know, one of them. But anyway, they kind of like, because of that, like we kind of, not long after that, I just sat, and they obviously realised I wasn't gay, like, do you know what I mean? I think they were just testing the water, see what was going on. Now I reflect on it. Didn't have a clue at the time what was going on, so they said, just fancy going back to our place and whatnot, well, a few more drinks and that. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, yeah, like, off and away, like. And I mean, as it was, in the background of this as well, I'm off with I'm seeing girls and whatnot, as it was anyway. I'm like actually seeing a younger girl who's 17, just turning 18, like, you know what I mean, at the time. And so anyway, that's how I met them, right? That's how I went off to theirs. Nothing happened. It was like, kind of had a few drinks, fell asleep, and then I went home, and that was it, right? Yeah, that was the first time I met him. He rang me about a week later asking me if I could get him some smoke, some weed, and I don't just mean a little bit, I'm talking like 9 bar. So, and because this is how he was kind of protesting, he had a lot of money by this point, and I didn't know this, but yeah, you're talking back in the early 2000s, this, like, so, and his kitchen was all kitted out with PCs and all the rest of it as well, like, so he had some money, like. Yeah, he could play every instrument as well, and I'm not joking. Couldn't sing for shit. I mean, I can sing. That's why he liked me. That's why he took. Do you know what I mean? We took a shine to me when I was at his, and he was playing guitar and ukulele and bloody all sorts and that. Like, synthesizer, you name it. He had all sorts. Big work. Like, I've got workshop here. He had a big workshop out the back, but it was all music and all the rest of it. It was fantastic. But so yeah, he was a very charismatic kind of guy, big guy as well. He was like nearly 6. I think he was like 6 foot, big man. He'd had an injury to his leg from a motorbike accident, and that's how he got his money, by the way. So, but anyway, so I got him this smoke and all the rest of it, and then that's when I got into this ruckus with these people and fighting. So that happened. And like I said, I had to get away from the situation because it would have escalated into a big family war there. I've got quite a big family in Italy as it happens, but I didn't get them involved with everything going on with that fight and whatnot. They did say to me later I should have done, but I didn't. I ran off, basically. And I stayed at Tony and Joyce's. That's how I basically ended up staying with them because I got away from the situation. I'll not get into the fight situation because that was epic in itself. I'm not joking. The shit that happened, there was a van, me in the back of the van, and a shotgun in my face. Let's just say that. But in between all of that, I ended up at Tony's house saying to him, I need to get away from this situation. And he said, come and stay with me for a few days. That few days turned into a year and a half. And as it was, we ended up going out drinking in Manchester. When we came back one night, after this is the first weekend that I was there, like, so they'd waited the week for me to get comfortable in the house. And they had 3 kids as well. This is a bit, that was the disturbing part of it for me. Is like, we used to put the sofa up against the kitchen door so no one could, do you know what I mean? But still, it was like the kids are upstairs as well, we're doing all this. And oh my God, when we came back from this drinking session at the weekend from Manchester, she'd given me pills, and I was sat on the floor in front of the sofa. And from that, Tony was in the kitchen just playing music and whatnot. And she said to me, sit on the sofa. And I'm like, okay. And I sat on the sofa and she started unzipping me.
Can I just ask, how old was you at the time?
21.
Oh, so you were only a young lad, weren't you?
I was, yeah. And I was a bit, like I said, my life was chaotic at the time. So, do you know what I mean? I was totally distracted with my mum just passing away, getting involved with all them fights and standing my ground and actually, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but so I had my own world kind of going, yeah.
Go on, sorry, carry on.
I did. I saw kind of Tony and Joyce as my kind of savior from that situation. Do you know what I mean? It was, but they give me kind of some work. Yeah. I was completely groomed.
They brought you in. You knew what was going to happen, but you don't at the time.
No, yeah. But anyway, so that led into that night. She said to me, "Sit on the sofa," and she started unzipping me. And I was like, but Tony, you can't do that, you know, like. And she was like, don't worry about him, he's all right about it. And I'm like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. And she did. That was it, fellatio, and yeah. Anyway, that led into the next night, which was we was in the kitchen, and she said, do you fancy? And I was like, but Tony sat here. And she said, don't worry about it. I told you he's all right about it. And I'm like looking at him, and he's just sat there, and he kind of unzips himself. Bless him. And I'm not joking when I say this. I understand now why she was doing what she was doing, and he let her do what she was doing as well, because his penile was button mushroom. It was literally just the top. The helmet, that was all that was there. It was very weird. It was like, yeah. But anyway, so he never, do you know what I mean? He never tried it out. I did say to him first, straight off as well, I was like, I'm not gay, so like, do you know what I mean? Don't, if you try it on with me, I'll be really uncomfortable about it. So, because they were always trying to say to me, like, you know, like you said, the grooming part of it was like they were always trying to make out like, so long as you're comfortable, but they were always pushing it. Do you know what I mean? So, and it ended up kind of like, that's the first kind of couple of 3 weeks about it. They were kind of, and then it built up as in like, yeah, free doctor. I'm not gay. Well, I did. Well, I'm not gay. I know my preferences, like, do you know what I mean? So, and I know that from trying previously as well. You know, it's one of them, like, like, nah, not about that. No, thanks. Don't like the stubble. Just no. One of them. But no, that led into parties, and when I say parties, I mean, he was then going off and inviting people on the internet. So it was random people, and then they'd be turning up and whatnot as well. And it goes real deep, this as well, because the neighbour across the road, he was always going on, Sharon, he was always going on about her and always wanting her to be part of doing what we were doing. And he was always getting her over and plying her with alcohol. I mean, like, proper try to get her pissed out of her head. But by the time she was completely pissed, she'd gone to sleep on the sofa, and that was it. She was unconscious, like, do you know what I mean? And they had the thing. They didn't rape it. You know what I mean? It was one of them, like, yeah. I never seen them kind of take
How long
anybody.
has this been going on? Where they've been, grooming like a young man?
I don't know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, kind of, they were trying to get. They also got the girl I was with involved as well. It wasn't just her. I
See
mean,
what I
they
mean?
obviously coaxed me into getting her involved as well. Like, so,
Yeah,
do you know
they're
what I mean? And
grooming you. They've been
she was
grooming and
literally only
manipulating.
18. Yeah, she was only 17, 18.
Oh, that's so. And how old were they, Sab?
Oh, God, they were good 15, 20 years older than me.
Oh my God.
I don't think specifically, but yeah, they were. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
come
think
over and stay with us.
they had kids in high school, so think about that.
Oh my God.
They
And
had
they were
kids in high school.
upstairs. They were upstairs and never ever came down. And what time was all this going on, Sab?
No, the kids never came down. Honestly, kids never
That's
came
what I mean.
down.
How late at night was this going on? I mean, because if they have
All
kids
night,
that
all
age,
night long, right through, all night, right through. We
I'm
was
just
taking
thinking if you're
ecstasy,
having
we were
older
taking
kids,
amphetamines and stuff like that. We were off our faces. We were
yeah, I'm
pissed. We were
talking
coked
if
up,
you've got kids of an older
drugged
age,
up,
they're up and down the
drugged up,
stairs by the
drunk,
minutes, aren't they?
smoking weed,
Oh my
having
God.
sex parties. Yeah.
Wow. They're just a pair of groomers then manipulating everyone into their little seedy whales, especially the young
I've never
girl,
spoken to
18
him
and
since.
you.
I've never spoken to him since.
So go on, carry on, love. What happens? How did you get away from it?
Well, as it happens, right? Because obviously, I mean, it did start getting to me a bit because I was like, I don't want to live like this. Do you know what I mean? This
No.
isn't like what I want to do. Like,
Was
so
it every night, Sab?
it was getting there. Yeah, it was getting at the end of the year and pretty much half that I was there. It was pretty much every
Wow.
fucking night. Like, yeah. But so what I did was anyway, they were off shopping. Do you know what I mean? They'd left me, and I was just said I was playing on the PC, and as it was, I was in the chat rooms chatting with people that he was already chatting with, etc. And I'd got talking to this guy, and this is no word of a lie. You can chase all this up if you don't believe me. You can ask my ex-girlfriend, Nicholas Sudworth. He's probably married now. He's probably changed the name. Her brother's called Sean Sudworth from Hindley in Wigan. You can go and search that and find it and ask him yourself. They'll back me up on this. But anyway, we got talking. I got talking to what Patrick, his name was, and he was from the Staffordshire area, right? And he was genuinely a millionaire. But me chatting to him, I'm like, yeah, but it's the internet. Everybody's a millionaire, like, do you know what I mean? And he was like, I'll fucking prove it to you then, like, do you know what I mean? And he's like, we got live on camera, and he was showing me his fucking his really nice car. I can't remember the make of it, M5 500 or whatever it was, like TM 500, whatever it was. I can't remember, but he had a really nice car, and he was showing me he had a helicopter in the fucking garden as well, literally. And I'm like, "Are you for real?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I need to get out of this situation." And he said to me, I can take you to Stoke-on-Trent if you want to. I've got a friend there called Jim Holland, and he's got a couple of free businesses there. He's also my millionaire friend, and he's got a friend, he's like accountant, and it was his accountant, Kathy, and she had a place in Shelton. And that's a roughish area in Stoke-on-Trent anyway. So it was like out the frying pan into the fire sort of thing. But yeah, and I went and met up with him, and he put me and Nikki up in the Talk Travel Lodge for 2 days, and then he took us over to Stoke-on-Trent, and he introduced us to Kathy, and we stayed up in her place. And I got a job at the Chicago Rock Cafe in Stoke-on-Trent. You know what I mean? That's when I started trying to start changing my life around. Yeah. And then I led off into a different realm.
Sab, someone's gave you a good comment there. Sab, you should write a blog or a book. You have lived such a varied and interesting life.
I've thought about it, but then I think other people have lived better.
No, I'm really interested. I'm on the edge of my seat.
But yeah, no. I have had a mad story. Got a mad story for my life. I'm telling you, I've had it really, really. Some people would look at it like, "Oh my God, you've had it so bad," but that's what I'm saying. You look at there's some people. I look at other people in the world, and I'm thinking, I ain't no Somalian that's had his house blown up or in some war-torn country, and parents and everything have just been whatever. Do you know what I mean? Without going too deep into what. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm very privileged in my life. I mean, I've been able to look what I've done and everything around me. I've got
Yeah,
my
but
own
thank
mindset
God
to get
now.
me there.
But as a young
Yeah,
kid, you didn't have it good at all. And you know, thankfully you've come out of this good, but not many do, Sab. You know, you're telling a story of where some people haven't survived what you have.
I know. Yeah, and I didn't realize any of that. Do you know what it is, Maggie? Do you know what the truth about life is as well? I've been through all of that without even realizing the actual severity of, like you just said there, like there's so many situations I could have died. I just
Ex-
wouldn't
ex-
be here anymore. Like it's very, oh my
exactly,
God.
exactly.
Like I can, like I said, Stoke-on-Trent. 8 years I lived in Stoke-on-Trent, and some of the chaos I went through in
So
Stoke-on-Trent as
this
well.
guy that you
Wow.
met online was simply just a guy you met in chat.
I questioned Patrick when I met him, and he
Because I was
told me,
starting
yeah.
to worry when you mentioned him, thinking, oh, is he going to take him from bad to
Yeah, well,
worse?
I was lucky. I was very lucky and fortunate in that situation as well. Like
Thank
I said,
God, yeah.
and that's why I just went and skipped through it and went. Yeah, I got to Stoke-on-Trent and I got a job in Chicago. No, but I did question Patrick and I did sit down with him in McDonald's in a public place because that's where I met him. Do you get me?
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah,
that's what I did as well. Like I was like, right,
yeah,
my local McDonald's is here. Come meet me here. Like, and he was like, okay, I'll do
yeah,
that. And I was like, right, fair enough. Like, so we sat in McDonald's, and I quizzed him. I said, "What are you actually doing this for? What are you going to get out of doing this?" Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? I said, because at the end of the day, I said, everywhere I've turned now, I've just been crapped on. Like, you know what I
Used.
mean?
You're
So
being used, yeah.
yeah, I've been crapped on everywhere I turned, and I said, I don't know where to turn anymore. Like, so it's kind of one of them. Like, I don't know. So I quizzed him, and he said
Lene's
to me,
asking, Sab. Lene's asking. She wants to know if your mum hadn't have died when you were so young, would you have gone through these situations?
I don't think of that because it did happen. So it is what it is. I can't really. If you dwell on what could have, should have, maybe, possibly, do you know what I mean? Then, but yeah, no, yeah. Obviously, my life would have been completely different. I would have had my mum to help me through a lot of stuff, like because my mum
Mm-hmm.
was very, very good. Like, and even my mum's story as well. I can tell you my mum's story. That's phenomenal. You know a little
What
bit
a
of it
now.
already. I've already told you a little bit of it.
Well,
It's
I'm
from
going to be honest with you.
when my
I've
auntie was
totally
murdered.
forgot because my
When my
brain's
auntie
terrible,
was,
Sab.
like I told you about my auntie being murdered. My mum was 9 years old when my auntie of 12.
I honestly
Who would have been
cannot
my auntie?
remember, Sab. Forgive me for
Mm.
that. But,
No, it's
oh
fine.
my
No, that's
God,
when we
you've
all
got
first met. That was quite a few months ago. That's when we all first met, anyway. So, but yeah,
such a
so
book to write. I would love to read your book, honestly. So go on. You're
not
in
just.
McDonald's.
So well,
You met this guy.
it all
Yeah,
intertwines, doesn't it? Because like my
yeah.
brother's story, my brother's twisted. Think about my brother now as well. My brother's two
Oh
and a half
my
years younger than me.
God.
He's blonde hair, blue eyes, and he's built like a. Do you know what I mean? He's like 19 stone. He's a big, like. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
but his brain is wired the opposite to mine. If that makes sense. Like you see me,
yeah,
I can express, I can articulate what I've been through. I'm not, obviously, look at me, I'm not emotional about it all because I know
yeah,
how to. I've sorted that process of going
yeah,
through, like I said, like what some would call PTSD from it, like, or the trauma or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? I've sat and I've had my peace and my resilience, and I've sat with my dad, I've sat with my brother, I've sat with these people, I've sorted my issues out, and I've got my, to get me, yeah, I've sorted it now. So, but
yeah,
it's difficult for me now to look at my brother, to look at my dad, and see them not doing the same for themselves.
yeah,
They're still sat, like dwelling. They're still sat in history. They're still sat. They're still holding on to some grudge. They're still, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Even my dad and my brother, they're at throats with each other. Literally, whenever they're on, literally for years, they've been at throats with each other. But then all of a sudden, my brother turns up, literally a few months ago, turns up at my dad's house saying, I've been smoking crack and I don't know how to get off it. Can you help me?
Mm.
Literally a year or two previous to that, he said he was going to kill him. No joke. When you turn 60, I'm going to stab you up.
Yeah, yeah.
What is going on here? Like, do you know what I mean?
Split
Well,
from one thing to the other, yeah.
I'm trying to be a middleman between. I talk to my brother, but he
Yeah.
hates me. He hates me for some reason, and I've
Well,
had him on.
maybe it's because you can let go, Sab. Maybe it's because you're not a prisoner to it, as Lenes says, you know, and he hates
Yeah.
you for being able to do that when he can't. Maybe that's
Probably,
why.
yeah. Probably that's part of it. Like, yeah, that's probably part of it. Yeah, yeah, and that's true,
Yeah.
Liam. You don't have. Yeah, I do, and I like to be that shining example for people as well. I do love to be that
And
shining
you
example
know,
for people. That's
you
why I
know,
put so much effort into what I do here. Look what I've been doing this week. This is why
because
I've been a bit
your
quiet.
channel isn't you don't have any content, do you, Sab? Why don't you make your content about your life?
Been making loads of Halloween stuff.
What are you doing? Halloween?
I'm doing all the garden. Look at
Oh
my
my
you haven't seen my garden. I've got like palm tree in my garden and stuff. Like, look,
oh.
I got a big front garden over there. I got a nice big back garden as well. But what I'm gonna do is let's see all the milk bottles in the window. I'm gonna do some
Yeah.
milk bottle roasts and all the rest of it. Like, yeah.
Oh.
I've done all this path. Look, I've done all of this. This is all me. This was all just a mud mound when I first started here. Like, literally, this was all just mud. You can see clay. That's all it was. Just a massive mound of clay. I've had to tear it off. I've done the workshop. See, look how big it is. Even the tree. Look at this. Even the tree I've curved over as well. So when you stood at the back door, the neighbours can't see you out of their windows.
Aw,
You know, one of
good.
them. Yeah, and I got all the strawberries. I got fruit. I got all sorts growing in here.
Oh, you're doing
Yeah,
loads, Sab. You keep yourself
yeah.
busy, love.
Getting
Oh,
some,
the cast.
some
Did you make that?
scary. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm making all of
Sab,
it.
you're
Like, it's like
clever.
that post. That's that post there. You see that? You see that's like my Grim Reaper there, and I've been making masks.
Do
So
you
I've been
have
getting.
an eBay account where you sell stuff?
No, not yet. I will do
Oh,
this year
Sab,
though.
get one
I
and
really
give
will
me
do
the
this
link.
year. So these are going to be what on my first agenda, right? Look at these. I
What's
can
that?
make lamps. They had really nice lamps. These are. I'm going to charge about 180 quid, but like
Wow,
this weighs some as well. This is pure
wow.
beechwood
I want a
and
table that is a tree trunk.
what sort of tree trunk do you want?
Oh, Sab, listen, do you make at Christmas the log reindeers?
Easy them.
Oh, I want a little family of them. I've got one now. He's about, say, 3 foot high. Little red nose and lights on his antlers. I wanted them for outside, like a mum and dad and a little baby. Only for the kids to see. Oh, Sab, I can't wait for you to get your eBay. Wow.
Yeah, I got all sorts going. I did loads of Lichtenberg. I built a nice little table while I was doing it as well out of the pallet wood, and the missus stole it off me. It's in the house at the minute. Like.
Have you always been able to do all your woodwork?
Funny story. That is. Do
Another
you know what
one.
got? Do you know what got me going with? No, I was crap in school at woodwork. I was absolutely crap.
Look at you now.
Going to Stoke-on-Trent, being in trouble, I got put on community service.
And that's where it came in.
In Stoke-on-Trent, on community service, they don't go out litter picking. They don't paint fences. They don't make you do all that sort of stuff. They've got a nice little woodwork shop you can go to.
Mm.
And it got all the tools in there. And you get trained up in the first week. And
Wow.
for the amount of hours that you got little chart on the wall. If you got 100 hours, you can make a planter box. If you got 200 hours, you can make like a little bird feeder. You get what I'm saying here? Like, yeah. So depending on how many hours you got, depend on what sort of project you got. Anyway, I had maximum hours.
Oh.
So the guy who worked there, he was a really good guy as well. Honestly, he was so in tune. He was kind of like a little G kind of guy. Like, he used to sell fake backy. Like, do you know one of them? Like, yeah. So he was all right. And anyway, because of that, and me being me, kind of like took advantage of that little situation with him. And we always used to have little banters when I went in every week. And he'd be like, I started making, because obviously I just, in the first couple of weeks of me being, first month, let's say, of me being there, he had me ripping pallets down, literally. So we'd have like hundreds of pallets out the back, and I would literally, for them bloody 8 hours I was there, I'd be on pliers and a hammer and knocking out nails and ripping them out, knocking out nails, ripping them out. And then all that wood, I'd dip in the creosote tank. They had like a tank for dipping in the wood treatment thing. And I'd take them out and stack them back up to dry, etc. That's what I did like for starting off with. And then I was noticed, obviously, people were doing projects and stuff. And I'm like, I want to do a little project. And he was like, yeah, but you got maximum hours, like, so wait until you've knocked off a few hours and then I'll get you on one of these littler projects. I was like, all right, yeah. Anyway, we had a couple of other lads who come in and they were depalletizing as well. So I starts wandering off, me, taking bits of pallet wood and whatnot. And I starts using the bandsaw and starts using the sander and etc. chop saw, and do you know what I mean? And he comes out every now and then, and because we were bantering previously, it was really good, like how I got away with it. I starts making little plaques and stuff like this with names on, and do you know what I mean? Like, kind of doing I starts doing little intricate work, like see if I can do a little bird to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I got time on me on there to do it, like, but I'm doing it sneakily. So every time he's in the office not watching, I'd run over and I'd be on the little bandsaw doing it. But sometimes he'd catch me doing that. So, he'd walk up behind me and kind of like tap me on the shoulder. What you doing there, Sam? I was like, I'm doing a bird. Like, what? I'm doing a bird. He's like, all right, yeah, crack on. You know, one of them. Honestly, it was it was so funny. He'd done that a couple of times. Tap, 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 tap. What you doing now? Doing an A. Doing a what? Doing an A. Like, okay, yeah. I was doing letters so I could put someone's name on it. But people would start, because I got away with that, people were starting to ask me to make also. I started making little, like craft swords, like a little medieval kind of sword. He'd come over to me and he's like, you can't be making stuff like that, you know. Oh, God. But I reckon they should. That's what inspired me to think you should have these community workshops all over the country. That is one of the reasons I have that passion as well. It's because just having that little bit of a getaway, I was in Stoke, I didn't know anybody, I didn't have no family, no friends, I didn't have nothing like when I was there. So having that little community there for that 8 hours each week, just having that, and then being introduced to all these new tools as well that I'd never used before as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, the workshop. It inspired me inside of me, and yeah. And from there, I wanted to do something. I got involved with a little company there called the Salt Box. They're still going. They're like a little church, like an open church, open network church thing. Church without walls, they call themselves. So I don't know. You look into that yourself, but yeah, they kind of helped me out. That's how I met Roger Howarth. He was buying and selling houses, so I ended up doing houses up and stuff like that as well. I was like renovating them, buying them terraced houses, them cheap, crappy ones. But yeah, no, it was good. And the reason I got out of Stoke-on-Trent, the reason I came down here, where I am now, is because Stoke-on-Trent is just like I said, out the frying pan in the fire. Everything you ever do in Stoke-on-Trent just feels like someone's gonna snap it from underneath you. They're gonna bite your ankles. You can't climb the ladder like you can elsewhere in the country. Is it like that in your country, Lenes? Do you have a separation of like what we have here as the north and south? because I perceive it. I've lived across this country. I've lived all four corners and the middle of this country, and I can genuinely tell you, there's a lot more opportunity where I live down south than there is up north of England. Is it the same where you live?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Like here in England, I've personally experienced that you have more opportunity to do better with your life. There are better wages, even. Let's say London. It's notorious that London, even though I know it's a city, but yeah, it's notorious that you get paid more money in London than
Yeah.
what you would do in Manchester, let's say, which is the
True.
north. Yeah. But I mean, that isn't just them two cities. It does reflect. I work with a concreting company down here, and it was 20, like almost £20 an hour. I started at like £15 an hour and went up. But the same kind of company that is up near Scotland, it's still in England, but it's up near Scotland. They're literally on minimum like £10 an hour. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're scrimping and scraping to get the money, but us down here, they've got jobs that are paying double. So we're getting paid double because the jobs are paying double, if that makes sense. But that because they say the money's down here, down south. So I'm just wondering,
Right.
is it the same in your country? Do you have like a bit of a divide?
Well, yeah, so we have cost of living, right? Same thing you've got there. It's
Yeah,
cheaper
yeah.
in some places than it is in others, and our wages reflect those areas, right? So some people will say, "Oh, I'm moving to Arizona because I'm going to get a $20,000 raise a year." Well, they're not factoring in that it's going to cost you 20,000
Cost of living as well, yeah.
over there. So, I mean, people don't think like that. But, you know, kids go to university here. They go to college, and they go to college for a profession. And unless, to me, just from seeing what I'm seeing and watching the news, again, this is RC would be a really good person to talk to about this. But unless you're going to college like for a doctor or a nurse or a specific thing that is never going away, even if another pandemic happens, right? It's still going to be
Mm.
needed. It's going to be really hard to get into your field. It just is. That's why a lot of people don't use the degrees they have, because if it's a broad degree like finance or business or something like that, you're probably, the chances of you getting to something that you really want to, it's just small. It's very small. And I think that's everywhere. um on the other hand, getting a degree with, for like business or finance, you open yourself up for more jobs, because it's not just a it's not a degree that is only for a certain, like a surgeon. You can't get a finance degree and run off and be a surgeon, but at the same time, nobody's going to hire a surgeon to be their financial advisor, right?
Yeah.
So I think there are more opportunities to get a broad spectrum kind of um
Well,
kind
that's what I've done. That's what I've done with my career. Rather than being, let's say, just a plumber or just an electrician or just a bricklayer, I've become a general builder. So a general builder is what we call a blue card. I do all jobs on site. Yeah.
right. But like I've talked to, my baby child is the only one out of all my kids that has gone to college. And do you know, he's in his third year right now. He tells me all the time. He's like, because none of his friend group has really gone to college. One of my bonus children went off to college with him, but the rest of his friends didn't go to college, and they're out there and he tells me all the time, he's like, they're out there making, really good money, and having
They
their
don't need. Yeah.
and stuff like that. And he said, and here I'm stuck in college. I can't get a full-time job, and I can't make any real money, and I'm just racking up my tuition bills. So when I get out of here, I'm gonna be $100,000 in the hole starting out life. So sometimes he tells me he wished he had not gone to college, But I still think in the long run, I mean, he's young, right? He's only 20 years old. And I was like, dude, like you have choices. You can choose to move back home, with your parents. I know that's not ideal, but you could choose to move back home with your parents for 3 years, and you could pay off your college loans and then go start your life, which I feel like will be easier, because nowadays it's hard to get any kind of job that's making decent living wages without a college degree. It's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, this is not a popular opinion with people, but I feel like that's what our government's doing to us. I feel like they want people to depend on them
Yeah, of course they do.
for the future of things that are going to go down, and
Of course
I
they do.
really do. So,
That's a massive rabbit hole to go down. That is, like, obviously that's been a construct for
but
decades. That has.
so I try not to talk about that too much, but I think we as a country are exactly where the government wants us to be. We're heading in the direction of people being more dependent on our government, and that's what they want, because the minute people become dependent on them, that's control. It's control. So I won't talk much more about that. I'll just leave it right there. Y'all could think what you want to. I don't want to get into a World War III right here, but I think the wage crisis is all over the world. I think it's a world crisis now. I don't think it's set to any one of our countries. I think every place is struggling to make ends meet. I think every place, unless you're in the elite, you know what I mean? But I think everywhere the housing crisis is ridiculous. Um, and that's what my baby child tells me. He said, I wonder if by 30 years old, if I'm ever going to make enough money to buy a house. And he said, and that's scary. Isn't that scary? But
Yes.
I told him not buying a house at the end of the day is not, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I understand where he's coming from. He could put money into a man's pocket by renting from him, or he could actually pay towards
It's
something
cheaper now. Honestly, genuinely, it's cheaper to get a mortgage now if you can get one.
right.
It's cheaper to get a mortgage than it is renting anyway. And you know what? The way that I got around to doing this, now we're on what's called a rent to buy from the council. So a majority of what we pay in our rent actually pays towards buying the house from the council, because my wife, she's actually lived in this house for 11 years, and I've been with her for like 6, 7. Well, we've been together for 8 years, but I've been living here for technically for 6, 7 years. And when I kind of moved in with her after the first year, I said to her, "How long have you lived here?" "Yeah, well, obviously that long." And I was like, "You do realise you have the right to buy from the council now because you've lived here for so long?" And she was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "It's called the right to buy. Because she's rented the property from the council for so long, she therefore has the right to buy it on a reduced rate. So now we're going to get this house for just short of £250,000, which we got about 7 years, 8 years left to pay it off,
Yeah.
so to speak. But after we paid it all off and we've paid it at that price, bearing in mind the next door neighbour's house sold for £320,000 last year.
Wow.
Wow. So there you
And
go.
you can imagine with all the improvements that I've done to the place, and when it is ours after them 8
Yeah.
years, I can then build a little extension on the back here, or put the little thing on the side. But you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can add with my little £5,000, £10,000 added in my little building expertise. I can add an extra 50 grand's
Yeah.
worth of, do you get me, of
Yeah.
equity
Yeah.
onto the property, and then we can take that back out on the, what do you call it, like the remortgage. What do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can shuffle it around and we can have a little bit of money out of it there and then as well. Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's my little plan, and that's what I was going to do. My original plan previous to this, when I first moved to Hastings, which was a good, nearly 12 years ago as well. So technically, if I'd have done that plan that I originally set out to do, it would almost be complete now. Find a little bit of land that's been unused. You can find them on land registry, and they're like kind of the little red bands of land, and there's like kind of like abandoned bits of land, and you can go and put your little fence around it and put your phone number on it, and if you're there for 12 years and you look after it, you can claim it. That's what I was going to do.
Oh my God. Tell me that. Oh, I'm going out to have a look. Put my name on it at 12 years.
It's true, no, think about it though, because 12 years, I know it sounds like a long time, but it'll soon disappear.
It's not. Exactly.
It soon
Oh my
disappears.
God. So if nothing happens with it and you look after that land, it just becomes yours.
If you look after, you put your name on it. You put little. All you have to do is like little sign on the fence saying, "Ring this number if there's any problems." That's what you do. And if you don't have any trouble with it over 12 years, or even if a company comes and asks you, obviously, you know what I mean, then you can play the game of how much do you want to buy it for.
Oh my God. Is that before the 12 years?
Yeah, because you're on it already. Yeah, because you're already on it. You've already got a claim to it. So, and if it wants to, the way that land works in England is that it's all owned by the Crown anyway. It's none of it's owned by anybody.
So when you say look after it,
by the Crown,
what do you mean do something on the land, like
the Crown works on the basis of if the land
Oh.
is going to generate something, then it's worth doing something with. But if it's not, then what's the point of it sitting there? Because every piece of land in the Crown, under the Crown's thing, could be making something for the Crown. Could be a farm, it could be property, it could be bringing in taxes off property, etc., etc., etc. All land in England is owned by the Crown. I don't care what anybody says about land deeds and all the rest of it as well.
The only thing I could do
is just like deed is just like a lease from the Crown.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I'll have to go plant flowers and then make all hanging baskets and do little things like that and sell me hanging baskets.
So long as you don't make a permanent dwelling on it. You can even go and take a goat over there. You can have chickens over there and stuff like that.
Oh, go away. Oh, wait. No, I didn't know that.
Oh, look into it. I'm telling you. I've been down that rabbit hole many years.
Have you got a piece of land?
Well, I've got a couple of pieces of land I've put on tag at the minute, like, yeah.
Oh. We're going to be
I've lost a couple. I lost a couple as well, though. I have lost a couple.
How did you lose them?
When they built the link road, I didn't know they were going to be building the link road, and then they put all the planning in and all the rest of it, and I was like, oh.
Well, didn't you say? If someone wants to use it? Can't.
It was a council for the road, so they just took it anyway. It was the government, they had full authority. They just took it already. They just put red tape down.
So that can happen. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So you gotta number your plots. Like, you know what I mean? It's a numbers game. Like anything. You don't just have one little plot there. You go out and you search them all. And then
oh my God! But you can't be miles away, because how would we have to get there? I'm sure there's nothing around here.
Hey, I wouldn't be too surprised, you know, like.
So I go on the land registry. Oh, guys, we'll all be on this after this live.
A lot of people are already on it when you think about it, but yeah, you can find them. I tell you, I'll give you some clues. In between building plots is a very good one. Just off railway tracks or on the edges of farms, etc. They're very good ones to find.
Oh my God!
And like they've just built the roads down here, like I said, I did lose a couple of plots, but now if I go out and I actually check where they've built their line and where the farm comes up to it, I can go and check what's not been claimed in between now. So there will be, from what I've lost up there, from that big patch that I've lost up there, there will be kind of little slivers that I can go and put little claim to anyway, like really. But is it worth just taking a 6 foot by 4 foot piece? You know, is it worth it? Like, do you know what I mean? What you're going to do on a 6 foot by 4 foot piece of land? Nothing.
Sell flowers.
No, you're not going to do anything.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So after 12 years, it becomes yours, and then could you build your home on that land?
You put in all the permissions and everything else as well. You prove that you've been there for 12 years. You make a documentation. Obviously, you make a documentation of you being there at said time. You put in your thing on at said time, a video, a photo.
Wow. Oh
with
my God.
a newspaper to show what date it is as well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, got me thinking now. I'll be talking to Alec after. He'll just look blankly at me as he does every time I say anything.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's loads of
So,
it. I suppose
Sam,
in America,
so
it
can
must
I
be
ask you?
probably
So
that.
you got to McDonald's with this guy who was helping you get out the situation you were in, and I was thinking, why would he want to be helping him? What's in it for him? So
Do
you
you
were
know
at
what?
that point. You were at that point where you were asking him, "What's in it for you? Why are you doing this?" What did he say?
He didn't have. He was in his 70s. He didn't have long left to live, and he said he'd been very nefarious in his life already, anyway. And if there was any, you know what I mean? He said you can have. He put it very deep as well. To be fair, like, and he was like, you can have all the money in the world, but it won't pay for your sins. You know what I mean? It doesn't bring you out. You can't buy happiness, and
Mm,
it won't pay. It doesn't pay for your sins. And I was like, eh.
that
And he's
seems a
like,
bit cheap, doesn't it?
yeah, he
Pay
was
for your
like,
sins like
I
he's
want
done
to do some
something.
good. Yeah, I want to do some good before I pass away. So,
Ah, there you go. So he must have done maybe something on the same lines, and he
oh,
wanted to
I
take you
found
away
out.
to.
I found out afterwards. I found out in my little being single in Stoke-on-Trent, I slept with a woman who disclosed to me that she knew Jim Holland, and one of his businesses it was a computer repair shop that he had. The actual there was a set of flat apartments, whatever you want to
Hmm.
call them, above the shop, and they weren't apartments at all. It was a brothel, and
Ah,
she used to be one of the girls that worked in the brothel.
right. So that's why he wants to do what he wants to do for you, because he was dying, and people, when they get told they're dying, they go towards God, or they think, "Oh
So,
God, do I need to do good because am I going to get where am I going to go when I die?" Because that's what people think. That's what I think. I mean, I've never done anything like that, but I'd start thinking, because I don't believe at the minute, and I believe, but I don't believe. It's hard to explain. Um,
and
and I
he didn't ask
suppose
any. Yeah, he didn't ask anything off us as well. He was like,
now
do
that
you
was
know
his
what?
way of
He
getting
actually
forgiveness.
he came back about 2 months later because he did just leave us to it as well. Like, you know what I mean? I went off and I got a good job and I sorted myself out. I was started sorting myself out, like I said. But he literally came back about 2 months later. About 2 months later, it was, yeah. He came back to Cassie's and he kind of rang and met up with me, and I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, I just want to take you for some dinner and stuff at the kind of like carvery, and I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. And I met up with him at the carvery, and he said, you're a very peculiar person, and I was like, why? And he said, because everybody else that I've helped out in life, because they know I'm a millionaire, they always come back and ask for more. You
Yeah.
never come back and ask me for anything else. And I said, you did me a good turn. You put me back on my feet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, yeah.
You did
Yeah.
something for me already. Why would I ask for more?
Yeah.
And he
I
was
wouldn't have thought of that either. Yeah. It's
and he
just the
did. He
fact
sat
that
me
he
down
helped
and
you.
said, well, it was very prominent for me. It made a very particular point to myself as well, which actually stuck with me for the rest of my life. Is like, you don't give to receive, etc. Do you know what I
No.
mean? We're
No, you
taught that as
don't.
children as well, like, but a
Yeah.
lot of people don't hold on to that. A lot
Oh
of
God,
people don't
no.
hold on to
People
that.
will take all they
Most
can
people
from
I
you.
meet in life, yeah.
If you
Most
show
people
your
I meet in
kind,
life, if they give you
you
something,
know,
they're expecting something back again.
yeah,
Like,
they
yeah.
take your kindness as a weakness.
Oh yeah,
And
many people have done that with me. I tell you.
yeah, me too. Me too.
And
I've
my
been
laughter,
used all my life that way.
my
I'm given,
laughter.
that's who I am, and I don't expect anything back from anyone. And I really mean that. I don't. It gives me a joy to do something for someone.
That also has been abused in me as well. My joyous nature, because I like
Yeah.
to laugh and joke and be boisterously happy all the time, and a lot of people just don't get on with that. They just don't understand it. They're just like,
No.
how can you just be so happy all your life? And especially
But
when they
it's your
know,
choice.
especially when they know stuff about my life, when they've got to know me as well, they're like, just how do you do it, Sam? How do you stay so happy all the time? Like, what is going on? I'm like, listen, when you've experienced as much as I have, you just know that waking up every day is a lifetime experience that you
Yeah.
need to take it by the ball.
Yeah. Well, what the world you were
Yeah.
in was so
Every
bleak.
moment is precious. Every
That
moment is precious.
your world was so bleak. Now there's none of that shit going on in your life.
I've got kids
So
running
what
around. We've
you're
got
just
2
seeing
new
good.
dogs. Look at this, what I got on my lap. Look at day to day.
Oh my God! Ah, what's its name?
Tash.
Tash.
She
Oh,
was sat
I'm
with
going.
Dad last night as well, literally. And like I said before, like you don't find that very often in the cat situation where the dad was sat on the little stool, she was sat underneath the
Oh,
stool, and they're both exactly the same. As in, you see that
yeah.
tuxedo that she's
Oh,
got
look
there,
at her.
and the white paws. He's got exactly the same white line on his belly that goes with the tuxedo, and she's got a little tash,
The way
a
she's
little white.
lying there, just letting you move it around.
Oh
Oh,
no, yeah,
she's
she loves me.
gorgeous.
She loves
How
me to
old is
bits.
she?
2 months old. Was 6 months old now.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Look at her.
You're my
Did
baby,
Did
aren't
you go
you?
and buy her, or
I'm
did she
no,
did
no.
you
I'm
rehome her?
second. I'm second mum. I am. I
Oh,
was at the end of the bed while her mum, Bear, who loves me just as much as well. Honestly, I'm proper cat man. I am. But
oh,
and I watched her being growled out by mum.
oh.
Mum didn't cry, or she was just like sat there going.
Little warrior. Oh
So funny to
God.
watch. I swear to God. Yeah, and then like there, Mama Bear, she was trying to, she's pushing them out, but she just went to the end of the bed, and I was like, no, come here. Got a box ready and everything. You know, you got a big box and put
Yeah.
down in it and sat her down in there, and she did. She literally sat there for about an hour or so pushing them out. But here's the weird thing: this cat is the only kitten left from the 4 that were born. There was
Oh,
two. There was 2 big black fluffy ones, and there was this and another kind of similar black and white. Now the rest of them have all gone to really nice homes. My surrogate mum being one of them, and my missus's very good friend being the other. So they've gone to good homes. But this one was actually, Zara B comes into chat sometimes.
I think I remember the name.
This one was meant to be going up to her because she's from Liverpool, isn't she? And I said to her, like, she was like, "Oh, I'm in love. Let's get it." Like, and I was like, "I'll bring it up
Oh,
when I come, when I go up to Stoke-on-Trent and whatnot. I'll just get the train to
yeah.
Manchester. I'll get the train to Manchester and I'll drop her off soon." And she was like, "Yeah. I'll get everything ready and whatnot." And come a couple of days, and she was like, "I'm really sorry, but like, it's a bit like kind of like for me. I can't really do. I got family shit going on." And I was like, "Yeah, no worries, like no worries." But
She's
because of
meant to
that.
be.
Look, honestly, yeah, and she loves me to bits. She doesn't leave me alone. She's always
Oh,
playing.
she's meant to be. She feels so
Playing.
safe with you. Look. Oh,
Yeah, it's because she
oh, I
loves
love
me.
animals. Oh, you're a lovely person, Sab. Got a heart of gold.
You're my baby, aren't you? We just got 2 dogs as well. Oh my god,
Are the dogs okay with the cats?
they will be this week when I've sorted it out.
Oh God, go on, tell me what you've got.
I'm mediator, aren't I? I'm Doctor Doolittle in the house.
Oh God. Lene's got Wednesday, and she thinks she's one of the cats the way she lies, Sab. She lies over the arm of the chair like a dog.
Funny thing, pets generally do that because they become a mindset of we are one of them or they are one of us.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of that.
Wednesday is definitely a
Because they're
dog.
around us so much, they believe that they have a mind construct that we're one of them or they're one of us, and there's a bit of an amalgamation in between, like sort of thing. But that's why
Yeah.
we have the social constructs between us, like so we got like a hierarchy, and they play on. I
Yeah.
play on that hierarchy myself. I have to put my foot down. I have to shout at them sometimes as well. Don't get me
Oh
wrong.
yeah.
I'm not just all lovey dovey. You'll never get anywhere if you do that. They'll
No, I'm the same with my dog.
Yeah,
She I have to shout at her at times.
yeah.
Very
But
rare because she's a very good dog. She's
But
human.
if I do shout at them, I do show them straight away it was
Yeah.
for that purpose. You know what I mean? It's for that purpose. It's not like, I still love you. I don't want to shout at you, but I don't
Yeah.
like shouting at you. But we have to sometimes because you bite too hard.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, she loves me.
So
She
what
sits on my
dogs have you
shoulder
got,
this
Sab?
one. She'll sit there quite happily. I'm not joking. She sits there on a regular. She does. I'm sat here like
Oh
this, and she
my
just
God, she's gorgeous.
climb on my
What
shoulder.
dogs have you got?
Oh, she's got Chihuahua bloody things.
Oh, Chihuahuas, the little effers.
Yeah, so
I've been
they're
watching
only
your cats.
one's 5 months old and one's 4 months old. the eldest, he's thick as two short planks. He is the eldest one that we've just got, the one that we got last week, and he's a Frenchie pug cross with Chihuahua. So he's little.
God.
He looks like he looks like a pug crossed with a Jack Russell. That's what I kind of look at him like. But he's beautiful,
Right.
honestly. He really is. He's nice. He's beautiful. He's a lovely, and he's so playful as well. Like even with the cats are like, go away from me at first, and he's just like, but I just want to play. You know,
Aw.
he's got that very nature about him, like. But the one that we just got, because she's literally brought in yesterday, obviously everybody at first, she's like, nah, get away. Ah, no. So I'm
Oh
holding her and
God.
I'm protecting her, and she hasn't left me alone. Literally going to bed, she
Oh,
hasn't left my side. It's like,
terrified.
yeah, kind of like, yeah. So she
Aw.
literally hasn't left my side. Even the Mrs. Spot, she's like, it's supposed to be my dogs. My dogs are supposed to be my handbag dogs. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but when you're on that kind of hierarchy system already, and there's
They
already
like
that going on in the house, they read that, they know what's going on. So she's
Yeah.
gonna come to me for the protection of, because she knows I'm controlling. Like, I'm stopping
Yeah.
that cat. I'm doing that. I'm stopping that dog from barking. Do you know what I mean?
That's
I'm
your
being,
rule. You're looked
yeah.
as at the you're the boss.
It's manic, but it's manic, like, and I'm her sister, my wife's sister. So yeah, the sister-in-law. She came around yesterday, like with the dog, and she left, and my missus come back saying, Jamie says that he seems so angry, and I'm like, I'm not angry at all. I said, I'm just trying to keep control of the bloody situation. It's manic here.
What are the dogs doing? Are the dogs growling?
Yeah, they're barking like, and stuff like
And the
this. Like,
cats is the
yeah.
cat hissing? The cat's
Yeah.
going.
So the
Oh
eldest
God.
dog, yeah, the Rocco's kind of like just giving it. I want to play. I want to play. And she's giving it like, obviously the other dog's giving it kind of like, stay away from me, stay away from me, stay away from me, stay away from me.
Oh. And Lene's dogs
And then
were
the cats are
fine
kind of
with
going,
Wednesday straight away.
what is this? What have you done? What have you brought in the house? Get away from me.
God.
But because Rocco's been here a kind of week already-ish, the cats have kind of got used to him. So
Yeah.
they know
Well,
that he just wants to play,
what's
right?
Rocco?
So
What's Rocco?
Rocco's the puggish, the older dog, the
Puggish one.
boy, yeah, the boy and the girl.
Oh
Mm.
God.
Ugh.
Oh
This
God.
all, you know how
Tash.
this all started with one kitten.
This is how it happens. If Alec wasn't here, Sab, I would have a zoo.
I'm telling you, I
Let's
don't
have a
mind
zoo.
having pets, and I'm a very animal kind of guy. I've had loads of pets and stuff like. You know what I mean? I'm very, yeah, as you can see, I love it.
Listen, I've got a dog you might want. Do you want a little dog called Cece?
No thanks, you're okay.
She's
Brilliant.
gorgeous, Sab.
Enough on
She's
my plate.
lovely. She'd
Yeah,
take to you. She'd be on your knee all day, Sab.
yeah, I'm not about that either. She knows it as well, don't you? Huh? Don't you? Give me that paw. Give me that
Well,
paw.
if
Let me clean it.
if you know
clean it.
anyone, Sab, who's like you with an animal, let me know if they want a dog. She's 10 months old. She might be 11 months old by now.
Give me your paw. Give me it then.
Wait for what? Wait for what, Dave? Shut up, Dave. Oh, look at her. Little Tash with a little Tash. Oh.
Reverse Hitler.
Lene. Lene.
You were gonna go. You were the first one picked out to go, but yet you've ended up staying past all the rest. And now you're in love with me and you won't leave me be. I'm like second mum, aren't I? Huh? I'm like second mum.
Oh, she's lovely. Like. Oh, Lulu, I can't have it. I can't have it. He won't let me. My heart's broke. I haven't even been in touch with the girl. I feel terrible. I've never ever said to her I was going to have it. I'd said I'd try to rehome her. I'd help her out. But I can't find anyone. There was one guy, he was on the phone to me and he was telling me all the right things, but I just had this gut feeling. There was a couple of little things. He said, my dog's really old now, so I want it for her. So I thought, hang on a minute. Your dog's old and you want it for her. It's going to be dead. And then you're not going to want it. So I was a bit put off by that. And a couple of little things he said. So I thought, no. So I'm just waiting for her now to go on this little sight that all these people are absolute dog lovers, and I'd be more content that people in this site as well know each other. So that makes me feel better. I'd rather wait for something like that. But say if Sab decided he wanted it, and I know Sab, and I know how he is with animals, then I'd be made up. Oh, look at her biting Sab's thumb.
Not biting it hard. She knows not to bite hard.
Yeah.
Oh, when I got
God,
birth beat in the kitchen. Oh my days. Oh
yeah.
wow.
When
Oh,
puppies bite you, they don't know face.
oh
The
my god,
teeth
you
like
should see the amount of
razors.
scratches I've got up the back of my leg here. Seriously. Well, she runs up the back of my leg to jump up me and get on the side. Aren't you? You little terror, aren't you? Yeah, you little
Oh.
terror.
Lene, where have you gone?
Mm, mm, mm.
You were humping my leg earlier, was you, Dave?
Sorry.
You're a dirty dog, Dave. You're a dirty dog. Lene, where's
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Huh?
Can you show Sab a picture of Wednesday when she was lying across the couch, the arm of the couch?
I'll have to bring it back up. Because I took it off of the pictures
Oh, right, okay.
room, but I'll bring it back up sometime. I've cleaned out the damn refrigerator.
Is that what you've been doing?
I have emptied all of the trash cans in the house. I have redid my pantry, and it's
And
fabulous.
I've done F all but sit in this bed like a wild woman.
Come on, man, sort yourself out. I was up at 7 a.m. this morning. I got the kid ready. She's gone to school. Sorted out the
Oh,
bedroom.
shut
Sorted
up.
out all the washing and
Shut
out
up,
loading
Sab.
the dishwasher. Come on, Ron. Let's have it.
I need you in my life. Oh, no, Lou, I would love to have had CC, but I can't have it. I can't. So I've got to find her a really good home, and I need photos sent to me and everything. But as I say, she's still with this lady. She's still on a medication. That was the last I heard. And then she just needs to find a good home. My heart's broke. JC, 3 Dave. Oh,
I
yeah.
shall return in a second. I have a leak in the garden I need to go and sort out.
Go on, Sab. Thanks very much, Sab, for sharing your story. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't enjoy the shit you went through. It was fascinating to hear the life that, well, some of the life that you've had and where you are now. It's brilliant. I'm so happy that you've found your happy place. And you know what, mate? Fair dues to you always being happy. Because you know what? You've seen some shit in life. So go for it. Go for it. Be as happy as you want. And call yourself Larry. Oh, don't, Melly Joe. I wish.
Maybe he just run off to go and sort it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, all right. I've turned the leak off. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I don't even let them words go lightly either. As well,
No,
that
no.
is also another thing that keeps me encouraged. It's another thing that I spark. I had it said to me last week as well on somebody else's live stream, and they've been watching me for the past few years actually. Sure, you know what I mean? They were like, "You've done really well for yourself, Sab."
Yeah,
Like, you know, we've even watched you kind of like build all this and do all that, and now you're able to do what you're doing as well.
yeah,
Like, so, you know, that's fantastic. And I'm like, listen, the way I see it is, if I can bring some sort of spark of inspiration to show that this is possible for kind of anybody, do you know what I mean? And anybody could actually get themselves here. It's just, don't set your target out to be, and I want it tomorrow, because that's never going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? You've got
yeah,
to be realistic about setting targets and goals and all the rest of it. Set yourself a 5 or a 10-year plan or whatever else as well. Like, do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
you're gonna have hiccups within all that as well. Like, so don't be disheartened along that path, because you're gonna get knocks along the path as well. Like, it's one of them.
You
But
do, love, yeah.
if you stick to the target and you know what I mean, yeah, dream it, believe it, achieve it. It's true,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? It all starts with a kind of a dream as well, like, and yeah, maybe I suppose you're right. You have to be at rock bottom in life to appreciate even the little wonders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose you do really, like, you have to know the darkness to appreciate
To
the light.
appreciate the light. That's it, you do.
You
You
do.
really do. You've got it.
So
You've hit the nail on the head. The only time you'll appreciate that is when you've actually endured it.
yeah. So although I wouldn't wish for anybody else to go through the darkness that I've been.
No, no.
But if anything, like, you know, try and learn from people who have as well. That's another angle
Yeah.
of life. You know what I mean? It's one of them. Like,
But it's amazing that you've come through it. Like we said before, not everyone does.
I know. I've got. Do you know what I mean? I can't even falter. Manifestation. I believe manifestation is kind of true as well. You know, one of them. I know it sounds pseudo sciencey and all the rest of it, and a lot of people kind of like say it's whatever, like wishy washy, psychological stuff, whatever. Like you can say that, but this is a true testament to it. Right here, right now, this workshop itself is a true testament to manifestation.
Yeah.
I can show you.
Yeah.
I can show you literally on a piece of card this big was my initial thought and idea of this workshop, and I got it all planned out on the card what it was I was
Oh,
going to do in the workshop, and I've got it in the house actually. I saved it as well, but I can show you on this piece, and it's honestly it's a piece of card, not bigger, not
I
so much bigger.
believe you, love. I
Yeah,
believe you.
honestly, a piece of card, not so much bigger than that. And I got my pen, and I was like, right, I'm going to turn that part into this part. I'm going to turn that part into this part, and this part's going to be that part. And when I did
Yeah.
it, that's exactly what I did. I've got
Exactly the
I've
same.
got my singing room with my little heater in it. The two
Yeah.
workspaces are just at the back of this wall. Betty's got her room. Then there's the toilet. There's the craft room in the workshop. And if
Oh,
you
we've
look
got a
at
craft room as well. I'd love a room like that.
let me show you. I'm still sorting bits out. I've just literally just put loads of stuff out of the attic in there as well.
Go
So
on.
I'm just sorting stuff out. Right. So
Have
that is
a look.
actually. Do you know what? This is the picture I found in London a few years ago. Somebody had been kicked out. This is obviously from the guy who put
Oh.
all the kids somewhere, and he was trying to tell his life story in his picture. Look.
Oh.
Isn't that strange? That.
Oh my God. Where
He's
did you
come from
find that?
outside somebody's house. He'd been kicked out in London, Hammersmith. So yeah, but anyway, I
Oh
put all the
my
shelving up.
God.
I
Are
put a
you going
new
to put
roof.
it up, Sab?
Put a new ceiling on. I put some new
Oh.
LED lights in here as well. So there's a twisty ones as well, so I can move them about.
Oh, Stacey, you now?
One on each side, and there's the wiring for it all up there as well. I've just got to put the cap on top. And yeah, this is the crafty room now. Like I said, everything's just got to go on the shelves, and I've got to sort the
Wow.
music
God,
out
your
and that.
garden must be massive. I've only got a little garden.
There's this is a shower door, by the way.
Wow.
This is a shower door with pallet wood. I've made it into a proper
Wow.
door.
That's brilliant.
And it
Oh, I
opens,
made
swings
it
up
up
the
for
nice
you,
room,
Sab. I made
yeah.
up your little dream is coming together.
Toilet, sink,
Sink.
water, running water. That pipe
Clever,
goes
aren't you, eh?
outside. That pipe goes outside, so it goes out there. It goes down there, so it just drains off into the garden. It's only washing around
Wow.
and stuff anyway. So, but yeah, shut this door again. Mind out the way, kitty cat. But yeah, look.
Oh,
And
Sab,
then,
it's all coming together for you, love.
and then, like I said, I've got workshop area. That's a nice big area to work in. You know what I mean? I've got a lovely, and then that opens up with massive doors. Literally an 8-foot piece of wood I chopped in half and made into a door. Chainsaw area, tools area, workbench.
Oh. I
There's
tell
all
you
the wood
what,
I've been
start
milling.
knocking out these reindeers and go to the market and sell them. I'm telling
Do
you make
you
a
know what
bomb.
else grows? Do you know what else grows over here in the woods as well? We've got a massive, big bit of woods over here, and there's loads of holly bush over there. Loads of it.
Oh, that'd be
So,
good.
so that'd be, yeah, I'll go and get. I mean, nobody'd even say anything. You see all the bamboo I've got here? That came from over there. Somebody few years, about 10 years ago,
Yeah.
threw loads of their bamboo out into the wooded area, and it's all overtaken this one corner of the wooded area. So I go over every now and then, and I get a few of the shoots, and I just stick them in the top up there. Look, they've been doing well for about 2 years. They have. I even cut them down and use them for the trellis.
So you've used something for, you've just got a bit of everything, haven't you? It's all
Yeah.
going on. Your head is here, there, and everywhere by the looks of it.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I'm still doing all the flooring here, but the kids have got the Wendy hut, and this has been here for a long time. It's been here since Tegan was 6 or 7. She's 14
So how long
now.
have you been there now?
This is 7 years.
Yeah.
This has been here since I got here. Like since I built this when I first moved in, but this was a Wendy hut. Call it the Strawberry Cottage, but now I've just got all my motor stuff in it, and that over there, that is my little beauty I've been working on. That's a British that's a British Seagull outboard motor, single piston, 2-stroke, built in 1951, between 1951 and 1961. That, and I've fully restored it, and I'm just waiting to stick a spark plug on it.
So you can do a bit of everything, can't you, Sab?
Yeah, well, like I say,
Now,
I've got all.
You said you can sing. Go ahead. Let's hear you sing a little bit. Go on, Sab.
Do this properly now as well.
Oh my God.
Let me turn the mixer on and plug the microphone in.
Oh my God. Well, we've got to be careful so you can only do a bit, because we can't use music or sing.
No, yeah. What should I sing though? That's the question.
Oh, Lene, what can he sing? Oh my God, look, he's got it all. He's professional.
Oh, Sab.
Oh.
Do you sit in there and sing, Sab, on your own? I would. I'd have a ball in there.
Of course I do.
I would. I love singing.
Of course I do. Singing. I did a BTEC national diploma in music, and singing.
Have you ever written a song?
I've got lots of songs
That you written?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
My God! Is it about your life?
One of my favourite songs is called "It Loops." And
called what?
Here you go. And this is copyright free, obviously, because I made it.
Oh, we all late.
Songs. Hang on. Let me go through my little library.
Here we go, gang. This is Sab's own song. He made it.
Oh, this one I like. I've made a few, but this is one of the better ones I like.
And is this about your life?
No, it's just no. You can't even tell it's me singing because I've adjusted it. I don't know if you can hear it. Turn back time to when all my faith was gone. I was fainting, you were strong. Yeah. Sound like a girl.
Oh, go on, Sab.
Lost myself in your desire. You're always on my. It's more actually aimed towards my mum. Like most stuff I do is like I remember it, like I don't know, when it gets deep like that. Like this one. I lost myself in your empire because my mum did have a good empire, you know, she did really well for herself. And she's always on my mind, so I wish I could turn back time to when all my faith was gone. I was fainting, you were strong. Yeah.
Oh, Sab, that's lovely.
When I say I made that song, I made all of that song.
Wow.
Like the beats, the melody, the drums, everything I made on that. Not just
I want to do that now.
I didn't just sing over the top of something. I literally made the whole track.
If I knew you, Sab, I'd be legging it to your house now, and I'd be on a stool, and I'd be going for gold.
Honestly, yeah. Well, that's that plugged in. This is this plugged in. Let's see if the microphone's switched on. I've got to turn the speaker on. The Bose
You're a very
speaker.
interesting man.
I got the Bose speaker on. Oh,
What's that, a speaker?
yeah. I got my Bose speaker. 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 Bose speaker.
Ooh. We know a man, his name is Sap. He's up his head, you better go ahead. Woo.
We got the place. We got Maggie in your face now.
Woo. Woo. Let's go, Sap. Let's have fun. Come on, you gang. Let's have fun. Let's have Sap. Woo. Woo. Lene, what are you cleaning now? Get in here.
No, I'm listening to you guys beat the box. Go ahead.
Well, you've got to come in. Come on, Lene.
Oh no, that's not my jam.
It's not my jam.
It's your jam.
It's not my jam because it's not my song.
It's
Not
your
my
jam.
jam. I was just helping Sap. I was just feeling the mood.
Well, I think you both are fabulous.
I'm glad you do.
Melly Joe, I have not had bagels in this house in like I don't know how many weeks.
I found that out myself.
It's
She
been
hasn't.
well over a month. And I just was eating too much bread and I was like, this has got to stop or else I'm gonna be a house by the time it's over, and I don't want to be a house. So there's that.
There's that.
There's that.
So we're not getting a song out here today?
No.
No.
No, I'm just I didn't get anything done yesterday, so I've been running around trying to get some cleaning done. I'm waiting on an Amazon box to come in.
Have you checked your mail?
No, but I did notice yesterday that Bonus Child checked it. So it's not for me. I just left it all sitting on the counter.
So let me check the Amazon to see what it says. Because it was supposed to be delivered last Thursday, a week ago.
What?
I told you that. Hang on. Let me go in.
Bread is so hard to give up. It is. It's, I used to be a really big chocolate fan. So I was terrible with it. Terrible. And then it went away. And then all of a sudden I started craving bread and I started eating bagels like nobody's business. Plus, they didn't hurt my stomach because you guys know I have bad stomach. And they didn't hurt my stomach. And I was just like, oh God, I got to stop this. So I did. And sometimes I still miss it, but I'm not craving it as bad as what I did.
Oh, okay. So now it's saying package is out for delivery and it will be arriving by 8 p.m. today.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome, but it isn't for you. It's for the cats and the dogs.
I know,
maybe one's for you.
But they were like, tell Auntie Maggie we love her.
I know, but I have sent you a little tiny thing for you because I remember you talking about it. So I thought, oh, I'll send that to Lene.
Now, everybody in this chat knows that you and I had an agreement when we exchanged out.
Yes, I know, but it was just there and it said it was an add-on item, which meant I could send it for free. Well, not for free, but it was an add-on item, so it's very, very cheap. I promise you.
Matters not.
And it gave me free delivery. So shut up.
No, you shut up. You went against.
No, you shut up.
So when I send you a big old Bose radio, like what Sap got, I don't want to hear your mouth.
Don't you dare, Lene, because I wouldn't have a clue how to work it.
Sap figured it out. You could figure it out.
No, damn fucking Sap's clever. I'm not.
Thank you, Melly Joe. Yes. See, we had an agreement. Only at Christmas or our birthdays, we don't have to
It's
get
for the
permission
dogs.
from each other, and you went back on the agreement that quick.
Oh my God. Wait till you see what you've got and then you'll fucking laugh. Okay? And then that's it then.
Oh, then that's it. So I can't do the same. Well, maybe I'll send you.
No, because at Christmas you can send me a card. That's all. Just cards. I
You
don't,
don't,
you know what? Just
Maggie,
say Happy Christmas on here because don't fucking waste money.
Maggie, you don't. What?
What?
If I want to,
Sab's getting feedback. Hold on. I'll try mute him for a minute. Can I? Is he singing? I'm getting a lot of feedback.
I don't know, but right now he's being a terrible panel guest. That.
Sab.
There you go, Sab. See, that's how it works. Like if somebody else is talking, you can't interject. Just tell us, hey, I want to play this song and sing it for you, and then I'll shut the hell up.
Do you know what? I remember 2 years ago, I never had bread for a year. We just stopped buying bread. I didn't miss it, but I never fucking lost a pound. Worked that one out. And now, every now and again, I get a loaf. Not all the time. Now and again, I get a loaf. And I always say, oh my God, I'm going to get a loaf for Saturday. And I'm going to have chip butties from the chip butties with brown sauce, Sab. Oh,
Not had them for ages. I've genuinely not had them for years.
oh my God. I love chippy chips. If you find a good chippy.
Yeah, coconut oil. Coconut oil. If you find a chippy that uses coconut oil, trust me.
Oh
they're
God,
the
so I've
best.
got to go round the chippies saying, what oil do you use?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not joking.
I
Seriously,
think I was a
depending on what
lunatic.
you use, yeah, seriously, I'm not joking. Honestly.
I've never even
Coconut
heard of
oil.
that. Say it
Yeah,
again, what is
the
it?
better chippies, it's a bit more expensive for them. So obviously, the better chippies, they get the coconut oil. But if they haven't, obviously, if they want to do things on the cheap, they'll do it with like veggie oil or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what they all use, to be honest. But I love chippy chips. But as you say, even fish and chips, but some chippies you go, the batter is too thick and greasy. I can't cope with that. I like thin batter.
Can't eat it. Don't like it.
Don't you?
No.
I love chips, fish and chips, and curry.
Can't eat anything greasy. Even
Yeah.
doner kebab. I can't eat a doner kebab.
I never have a doner kebab. I always have a chicken.
Yeah, I can't eat doner kebab. Well, unless I take
Have
the
you
meat.
got an ulcer?
No, it's just I just don't like it. It's just icky. I'm just like it's not nice. But
I
if
was
I take
like
the
that
doner,
too.
this is it. Yeah, if I take the doner meat, put it in the oven, and kind of like crisp it up or dry it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's fine. Like, I don't mind it.
Well,
Then.
you know where you can ask in one of the places here to make the doner crispy. And they give
Put it
you
on
a
the
tray
grill.
of crispies on it. Now, how I know that, the lad next door said to me, if you want a good kebab, go to such and such. He said, they'll even do it crispy. He said, I get mine crispy. It arrives in a tray, all crispy. I said, oh my God. How's the air fryer going, Maggie? Melly Joe, I haven't used it. I don't do anything. Like, people do packets of, like, say, for instance, burgers or what else? All kinds in there, and I can't. I think I've got. Well, we don't have anything like that, Sab. Or we don't have chips. We don't have the likes of fish fingers. We do we'd have chicken fillets. We try to eat healthy, and it's no good. We do. Got nothing to do in it. Got nothing to cook in it though. What we eat, you can't cook in an air fryer.
Why can't you?
Because, okay, everything I get a freeze, right? And I'll get it out the day before I want it.
Yeah.
And when we done that in the air fryer, we might as well have done it in the oven for the time it took.
Oh. Ours cooked really
So
quick. Maybe it's your air fryer then.
I don't know. We've got it's a good one as well. It's the Ninja.
Oh yeah,
It's big. It's got two big drawers.
yeah,
One
yeah,
big
yeah.
drawer, sorry, and you can put the thing in the middle. To make two different compartments.
Oh,
So you could
yeah, you got
put
the
you could put
splitter.
a leg of lamb in there and cook a leg of lamb. That'd be good for Christmas. We done little tiny roast potatoes. They turned out gorgeous. But we don't really have a lot of potatoes. I'll cook like a pan of stew, scouse. Obviously, you can't do that in it. But the girl next door, she got the round one. It's like a high one. And she said she can do all that in hers. You can do soups and stuff like that. But you can't do soups in my one.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Can you do soup in your one?
I suppose if you put it in a ceramic pot,
Well, I suppose if we put something, oh, I don't know.
how would you put?
Because you
I don't get how you do it. Ours has got like a grill tray in it, so if you poured soup, it just go in the pot.
Ours hasn't got a grill tray, but you can buy grill trays. But hers is like a pot, so you can make stews
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff in it. Do you know what I mean?
ours is more grill air fryer. It's not. Do
Well,
you know what
she's
I
got
mean?
that as well. She's got
Yeah,
everything. She can grill, she can fry, she can roast, and she can do soups. So I've obviously got the wrong one, because
yeah.
now we're going into winter. I do a lot of soups and
I do
stews.
slow cooker. I've got two slow cookers. One for me,
Yeah,
one for the
so,
wife, one for me.
and I never use a slow cooker. I'm the slow
Oh,
cooker. I have to be there throughout while it's simmering because I need to change my hob. Because when I got my kitchen done a few years ago, I bought an oven and a hob and to replace obviously my old one. And it was the worst thing I ever did because the smallest string on the cooker, smallest, flame is not small enough. So I can't ever do things. I used to be able to put the pan of stew on, put the lid on, put it on the lower slice, and go out in the living room and do whatever I was doing, knowing it was simmering and it wasn't going to burn or stick to the pan. But this one, it's too high. The lowest one is too high, and I can't leave it because it's bubbling. I've got to be there to watch it and constantly stir it so it doesn't stick to the pan. So it's pissing me off. So we need, how'd you get one with this very small flame on? How are they going to tell you that? Because when you go to these shops, they're just showing you the different hobs. They don't show you them on, do they?
No, that's right.
So how do I know? My other one was brilliant, but this one's shite.
Yeah, our old one was crap. It was buggered. Do you know what I mean? But that only had two settings. It was like low or high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, like you say, you can literally turn it from tiny flame up to the big. Do you know what I mean? And anywhere
That's
in
what I
between.
mean,
So,
Sab. Well, this you can't. The smallest one, you just cannot go and leave anything on it. It'll just burn. I'm fuming. And another thing I'm thinking is this got a fucking fault on it, and I've only just noticed. You know, the way the flame goes right the way around. This sort of stops a bit before it joins. If you get me, there's a gap. So you've got to keep turning the pan.
yeah,
Oh, it's
that doesn't sound
shite.
right. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? A slow cooker probably would be best, but I like making a big pan as the whatever, because we get the next day out of it as well. And
Yeah, we get a few days out of our slow cooker. We do joint beef or lamb. Or, do you know what I mean? We do like something good in there, like yeah. Or like
so
last
what?
time, I put a full pack
So
of
when you
chicken and a
say you
full
do
pack
your
of bacon.
lamb, what where you mean a leg of lamb?
Yeah, full leg of lamb, like yeah.
Oh,
Literally
how
put it
big's your
in the
fucking slow
morning.
cooker?
Put it in the quite a big one, family one.
I,
Yeah.
I didn't think
Fill it
you'd
up.
get a leg of lamb in there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. We get a leg of lamb and that was easy. Yeah. Well, like the last one we did, I put a full 3 kilogram pack of chicken fillets and a pack of 8 pork chops or 9 pork, whatever it was, a big pack of pork chops, and we put all of them in there and the veg, and then topped it up with water, and then added the gravy later on.
Oh, I see. I wouldn't know where to begin with a slow cooker. I tried it once. I made a curry, and I
I do
just
curries.
thought,
I got a little
what?
slow cooker. I do curries in that.
Mm, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I wouldn't know how much curry you put. Like when you're doing a pan and you know how much curry to put in. What I normally do is just fry the chicken a little tiny bit and fry the onions and the mushrooms, and then I'll just white so the chicken goes white on the outside, and then I'll make the curry up and leave it on a really low light. I used to, until it got this shit hob, and let it just bubble. So therefore, what would I do then? Would I just make that curry and then throw it in the slow cooker, but add more water? Is that how you do it?
Literally, just throw all your ingredients in. You don't, and a little goes a long way in a slow cooker as a flavor wise because it's stewing for a long time. So you're basically stewing and marinating it, aren't you, all in one go?
But
Um,
how do you know how to put how much water, or make the curry? You don't make the curry thick. You make it really watery.
no, it boils down. It steams off a bit, doesn't it? So it kind of like thickens down itself, but it doesn't go too much. You just top it up a bit, depending on what you're doing, like I suppose. But yeah, there's loads of. If you look online, there's loads of different recipes and stuff like that. It's quite easy once you get into it. But I personally, so let's say for instance, if I'm doing my curry, I'll just throw everything in, and I'll just, if it's like you say, like if you're doing like a thicker curry, I'll add like half a cup of water extra for the boil, for the boil off,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then I'll check it halfway. But say I'll put it on a 4 hour cook. I'll check it halfway through after the 2 hours just to make sure that half
yeah.
a cup was enough. Like, and if it wasn't enough, then I'll add a bit more. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I know then that half a cup burned off in that 2 hours, so I need a full cup, but only in two halves. So yeah,
Yeah.
one of them. Like yeah, as you do
Do you
with
know
cooking.
what? Thinking about it, Sab, it's just another thing for the kitchen. I've got no room for anything.
Yeah, do you know what? Honestly, yeah, we've got one of them electric pressurized cookers. We've got two what do you call them? They're slow cookers. We've got the bloody air fryer, the microwaves on the side.
I know. We've got the microwave on the top. We've got the toaster on the top and shit like that. I've got the Ninja on a little side table at the back in the kitchen behind my dining table, and I've got no room for anything else. My
Yeah,
cupboards are full with shite. Well, not shite, stuff for the kitchen. So there's no room. It's just I can't buy anything else. I need to learn to know what to do. See what I'm afraid of. I got away from chips, making, fries every night. I got away from that. Because we were having them mostly with whatever, with chicken, whatever. I got away from using that, and then we went to like doing our chicken, in a different way without using grease and stuff like that. And I do, as I say, I do pans of soup and stuff. But roast potatoes is okay now and again in the air fryer. But I don't want to start getting into buying meals where they're already done, like fish fingers, and just throwing them in, and chicken nuggets, and do you know what I mean? And what else is there? See, I forget what there is, what we used to buy, because I don't eat that way anymore. I can't afford to eat that way anymore. I gain too much weight because I'm not as active as I used to be. Far from it. I'm not active at all. So I don't want to get into all that, you know.
making me bloody hungry talking about food.
Oh, we always end up talking about food on here.
I've been fasting.
Always.
I've literally been fasting for 2 days. When I say fasting, I mean like intermittent fasting. So
Why?
yesterday, literally, because it's just how I am. Like it's what I do. Like it's how I keep my physique the way it is. Like I suppose I've been doing it for many years. I just, do you know what I mean?
Well, I fast.
But
I eat sab. I eat at tea time, and I don't have anything to eat until
yeah,
the next tea time. I've had
yeah,
nothing since last night, but it doesn't do
yeah.
nothing for me.
So that's
Doesn't,
basically yes, it's like intermittent fasting basically. Like so, it's like
well, it's doing nothing
yes,
for me.
yesterday I had a bowl of 4 Weetabix. Just that's all I had yesterday. The day before that, though, I I had 8 bacon back rashers smoked, the co-op finest. Ooh, they were bloody lovely. They were, but them with a spicy relish sauce on them, and 2 big chicken breasts as well. Like, but that's all I had. So it was like pure protein meal. That, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's what I had the day before.
Well,
like,
I went to see.
That does, do you know what I mean? That does. I don't need to overdo everything all the time. It's just
Yeah, well, I went to see the dietitian, told him about my eating habits, what I have, blah, blah, blah. And he said, most people have been made up what I'm about to tell you. He said, you are not eating enough. Your body is in starvation mode. So as soon as you eat anything, any fat in it, your body is holding on to because it doesn't know when it's going to get any more. So you're not doing yourself any favors by not eating. I said, it's not that I'm not eating because I'm scared to eat. I've got a bit of fear of that as well. I said, but it's just a routine that I am. I never used to have breakfast, but I lost 6 stone prior to me taking bads with me back. And I was really good. I knew all about what to eat, what not to eat. If I went out for meals, the best choice to have and all that. And I kept it off for 4 years, and it wasn't hard at all. I was completely into it. It was the way I lived then. But then, as I say, I took baths with me back, and I'm still sort of in that mode of eating that way, except for a Saturday, which has always been the way where I eat shit of a Saturday.
take
But,
away.
but because I'm only having the one meal, he said my body is in starvation mode, and I'm not. He said I need to have a breakfast and I need to have a lunch as well.
Can you
But
tell doctors that that's just their opinion? Like,
and I did say, well, my son is into all this and he's lost a lot of weight, and he said he's telling you crap, and I'm saying, well, he must know his job, and he's saying, I'm telling you, he's wrong. You're eating too much for the amount of exercise you do.
Yeah.
So
I kind of see
I
it.
don't know.
Obviously, it all depends on your regular day-to-day routine and activities, and I get that, like, as well, like, so that all factors into it as well, I suppose. But I suppose, like, with that as well, with your dietary routine, what he says there doesn't make sense, because if you have a set meal each night at a certain my body knows at, like, say 9-10 o'clock that I'm going to have some. Do you know what I mean? My belly starts rumbling. It's like
mine's the same.
it's food time. It's a routine. Like, it knows it's going to get full of that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. That makes. I kind of see what he's saying though as well. Like, if you do it on a basis where you're just fasting, you know what I mean, intermittently without a routine behind it, then obviously, your body is gonna go into a shock and a kind of like starvation mode. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I don't know, but it is what it is, and I'm not losing any weight, so this is my concern. I'm thinking, well, hang on, if I start eating in the morning and I start eating in the daytime, then I'm going to gain. But when I was in Slim and World Sab, and they said to me, you are not eating enough, because I was saying I've plateaued, I've come, it's just come to a plateau. So she made me tell her what I was eating, what I wasn't eating, blah blah blah, and she said, I'm telling you now, start eating more. And I was terrified because I thought it's so hard to lose even half a pound. So I did try to introduce some more, and I did lose weight. It wasn't much, but I was losing weight again. Maybe it'd be a pound here and there, but I was still losing. So it does work. You can't, on Slim and World, the more you eat of what you're supposed to eat, the more you lose. And how it works, I have no idea, but it does
Calorie
work.
intake and outtake. It's calorie intake and outtake.
Well, my son looks at calories. I don't look at anything. I just think, oh, that's all right, I'll have it. I know when something's high in fat, you know what I mean?
It's not just calories, it's the type of food you eat as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you can say, well, you've got 15 calories in a biscuit, a single digestive biscuit, but you've also got 15 calories in half a banana. Do you know what I mean? But the values of nutrition that you're going to get out of them 2 items are completely different. So.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm going to pass over to Lenes because the time's cracking on and I've done nothing at all. So I need to crack on with my daily chores and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to do the same as well. Actually, to be honest,
okay,
I'm going
Sab,
to
well,
carry on
thanks.
doing what I was doing.
Oh, thanks for coming up, Sab, and letting us know and you're really interesting. Thank you very
Thank you.
much, and good for you, and made up
Thank you
for
for
you.
having me.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you
Sab.
for having
I
me,
love.
and I
Oh,
do appreciate it. Thank you.
oh, we appreciate you. Thanks, Sab.
Nope, I'm gonna let you close it out. You started it, so I will let you close it out. Guys, for being here, Sab. Thank you for coming in. You're
Thank
just precious, and I adore you, and I hope we'll always be friends. So let me go ahead and jump off real quick. Thanks, guys, so much for being here and for hanging out with us on short notice. Maggie, thank you for going live and trying to get everybody sorted out and figured out what was going on. I love you, girl, and I will talk to you later, and I'll let you know when I get the package in.
Okay, Gail. Thanks very much. Have a good day, Lee. Have a good sleep when you go to sleep, and I'll speak to you soon. Love ya.
Love you. Please drop me down.
you.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Bye
Bye.
Bye,
bye.
love. Bye bye. Oh well, that was very interesting, wasn't it? Just shows you there how vulnerable young adults can be dragged into that world, by two grown adults who knew everything they were doing, and they were definitely grooming and manipulating him and his girlfriend who was only 18. So it just shows you, doesn't it? Giving them drugs, and doing that to him. And, he's had a shit life. He was there for help, and they knew he wasn't on a good path and yet chose to do what they did to him. But you know what? Like you said, it's made him the guy he is today. And good for you, Sab. Good for you. I'm made up for you. And you're really happy. You're a happy chappy. And I'm made up for you. I am. I'm made up for you. And thanks for sharing with us. You wear your heart on your sleeve and you're willing to tell us anything. And I love that about you. You know, thanks so much. I really do appreciate it. Isn't he lovely? I say, good to see you, Gail. Been cracking on with those awesome colours. So anyway, how did you get on, Pink? Any news? Bye, Triodos. I thought you'd gone ages ago. Bye, honey. See you soon, Dave. Have a good day or a good night wherever you're in. Bye, love. Oh, no, you know what, Sab? It's all true. We love you. You're amazing. You hide nothing and you're willing to tell anything. And you can tell that it's all true. There's nothing made up about your life. You can tell when someone's genuine. And that's what I get from you. You're a complete, genuine gentleman. And you're great to know. And I'm happy to have met you. He's awesome, Pink, isn't he? So how did you get on, Pink? In the doctors, is it all good? If you don't mind me asking. Just soda can Dave. Tree trunk Dave, how about that? Oh, I wore my t-shirt the other day. I loved it. Big thighs matter. Everyone just laughed when they seen it. Oh, did she get her bloods done, Mel? Or isn't he lovely, Lou? He's like me, though. He talks fast when he gets carried away, because you do. Like Lene told me, I've told you this plenty of times. When I first got up and I was nervous. So with nerves, I go high pitch. And like today, when I thought I was doing the live on my own, I was getting the anxiety was going 10 to the dozen because it's hard on your own. Like I often, when I'm listening to Leonie, think, how does she do it? But she does. She does, and she makes it really interesting. I've got nothing to talk about like that. but I think she's dead interesting. If you're not laughing, you're crying. Exactly, Dave, you've got it. This is the way we are in here. We can go from down there to like above and beyond. Do you know what I mean? And it's never, you can never say, oh yeah, it's a happy stream or it's a sad stream or anything. It's never the one. There's a mixture of a million emotions when we get going. You know, I think it's because you interact with your chat, and a lot of people have been through a shit day or are waiting for results, and so you know it goes everywhere. You get a lot of streams where they don't interact with the audience. They just talk about whatever and don't look at chat. And like Lenes said, she goes and follows these guys that she absolutely loves, and you know she leaves comments to them, and they've never ever answered her. Which I meant to ask her, if you're still there, Leni, have they answered others? You know, do they reply to other people, or is it just one of them? They don't answer anyone. It's like what's his channel called? Oh God, watched him forever. Where Tina used to go. Forget the name of the channel. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of the channel. Isn't that? Oh, Dolly Vision. Yeah, he doesn't talk to any of his chat. I mean, the chat's going 10 to the dozen, and they're all okay with that. And I was okay with that when I used to watch. But still, it grabs people in. But I think sometimes, I think it's nice to be able to chat with you, the people that are coming in to listen to you. Yeah, dually vision. Sounds as like Scottish, that Melly Joe. Dually vision. I'm reading tonight, Pink. We should finish that book. I hope so anyway. I want to finish it now. Um, I've got books there. I know I've got that, what's his name? Fritzl. Is it Fritzl? I've got that one. I've got the Moors Murders books. See what I mean? I'm always into crimes, and I know I've got one about a little girl. I think she's in the hospital. That might be on my Kindle. But there's one about a little girl who's abused by one of her family. Something like that. I haven't read it. It was just someone who knew had it and said, "Oh, you've got to get it." It's really sad. So I went and got the book. So I've got them up there as well. So what I'll do is I'll get Alec to get them down for me. They're right at the top of the wardrobe, and I'll read them and see which ones you want me to do next. Yeah, Fritz is a sick person. Oh my God. Yeah, he was. I thought I've got to get that book because the book always goes in deeper, doesn't it? And tells you more. Because I want to know every detail, me. So yeah, I'm gonna do that schedule. There'll only be you there anyway, Pink, and there'll be you and Lizzo, and Lunch Lady'll come in sometimes. So I only ever have 3, but God bless yous. Hi, Iris. Oh, have you been listening to me reading? Oh, thanks very much. That's lovely. Thank you. I'm going to be reading another book because these have convinced me that I'm okay reading because I really didn't think I would be. I get so many words mixed up, and because there's a lot of Spanish in it, all Spanish names, I'm just making them up. I just try to do them. And in the end, if I can, I don't mention the people at all. Gonna give me bad dreams. Well, Three Dot, you need to come in and listen to me read The End of Madeline, and then I'm going to start another story. And then what'll happen, Dave, is you'll get used to my accent, and you'll understand everything I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? So I think you should. I'm not going to give you bad dreams, Dave. I'm going to give you nice dreams. Lou, I'm glad you were here with us, love. All our brains are scattered everywhere at one point or another, aren't they? And it is nice to have people round. Yeah. Melly Jo said, hope we have kept your mind rested. Yeah, maybe do a lighter hearted one next. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you should do that, Pink. I'd like to read one of the Lynn Andrews. Is it Lynn Andrews that does the Liverpool ones? Because it feels so much easier. Because when they're talking, I've got the Liverpool accent as well. So that would be nice, wouldn't it? Eh? Thanks very much for that, Iris. Means a lot to me. Just shows you. You don't even think people are listening to you, and they are. Oh my God. Feel like a professional. So I'll read the end of that book, right? And then we'll find something nice to do. We'll Fritzel off. Hiya, Joyce. Good to see you, love. How you doing? Oh yeah, you know what? It's great to have your support. It really does. I mean, even though there's only 2 or 3 people in the chat, I'll never ever forget who they are. You know what I mean? For supporting me and being there. I get what you say all the time, Maggie. Oh, you tuned into me now, Dave. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Brilliant. Oh, it's good to hear you're doing good, Joyce. And lovely, nice of you to come in. So, guys, okay, Pink, the Liverpool books, I'll have a look on them. I'll see what I can get. So, Dave, listen, this little punter thighs here, me, loves you. Okay, Dave? Punter thighs, Maggie. That's what I should be called. Thunder thighs, because I'm telling you, my thighs are thick, like tree trunks. I'm not hiding the fact. And I've got a fat ass, and I'm not hiding the fact of that either. But it is, I always have a skinny waist. But now these days, the waist has gone a bit like not there. Oh, quite sad. And it's shit, Lou. You just don't realise, do you, how you're going to feel? You know, you think because you're not involved with someone that it won't affect you in any way. But, you know, it does. And there's proof. The Joan Jonker ones with Nelly and Molly are hilarious. You will love them. They're a hoot. I will have a look at them. Pink, see what I can get. Oh, Leni, let me ask you while you're there. You know when you go in that channel that you love, does all the English stuff. You know when you say that you post a comment to them and they never get back to you. Is that the same with everyone? Oh, shut up, Dave. Dave, something wrong with you. Oh, Joyce. Well, I hope it settles soon, love. So, guys, I'm going to shut this one down. Thanks very much for coming in again and supporting Leni. Thanks so much. When I'm out and about, I'll do my little lives for you. I'm trying to think when I'm next going anyway. Don't go over the step. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Don't know. They hate me. But do they talk to other people? Do they talk to others? They get back to others, but they just don't you? Or are they the same with everyone? Really? Oh my God. Oh, I'm going in there. Do me a favour, girl. Will you send me the link, please, in Messenger? I want to have a look. And I'm going to comment just to see. Insert sad face here. I know. Why can't we do emojis? Where's our emojis in here? I hate it when I can't do an emoji. I want to send a heart and I can't send one. I don't know all that. Press number 3 and this and that, and then it makes a heart. I haven't got a clue with all that. So we should be able to do emojis in here, shouldn't we? Does anyone else know? Well, I did tell them I loved them so much, and they were my best friends, and I want to meet them so bad. Oh, well, yeah, you sound like a stalker. You have to go in there and say something different just to see. I'd love to get a message like that, though, Lene. I'd feel so wanted. I would. I'd love to get a message like that. I wouldn't take it creepy. I'd think, oh my God, someone really loves me. And they've heard me speaking, and they love me. I wouldn't get over it. I'd be made up. Oh, listen, you, Ewan. You're coming in when I'm getting off. We've been in here 4 hours. How was I doing emojis, Dave? I get them messages all the time. I'm made up, Feelini. I haven't had one. If there's any men on here, please message me and tell me how much you love me and want me and find me fascinating and you love everything about me, even my thunder thighs. I want a man to message me and say all that. I'm inviting you. Anyway, Leonie, shut up. I don't think you're telling the truth. I want you to send me the proof. Oh, matchmaker. You better behave yourself. What are you saying? Ewan, why do you turn up when I'm going? You trying to say something? 4 hours we've near been here, Ewan. We've had a good chat today on here. Been really interesting. Oh, you thought I did emojis? No, I can only do emojis on my phone. I can't do them on here. Maybe I should go to my phone to do the comments. I won't be able to. Oh, because then there'll be 2 Maggies in here. Is it warming up where you are now, Melly Joe? Because when we go into the cold weather, isn't that your thunder thighs? Not heard that term in ages. Well, there you go. There you go. I have. And I'm not lying. If the mad mods think it's inappropriate, you'll get blocked. I didn't even see the comments, so I can't comment on it. Just got to watch out, and sometimes, you might think that it's not a bad thing you've said, when in fact it is. So just be a little, just to give a little thought into that. Hiya, Jovel. Good to see you, girl. Hope you're okay. Hang on, what's that for the next 2 days? Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, yeah, you're gonna get a good. Oh, so when will your proper summer come? Is that going to be around about October or November? You should join mine, Maggie. I'll probably go live this evening. It all depends what time it is, Ewan. I'm going live myself tonight. I've been reading the book, haven't I? Each night. So, sorry about that, love. I have to cancel that date. So I'm going, everyone. And I'll speak to you later. And girls, I'll see you later in for the read. 8 o'clock, is that okay for you? Let me know. I'll put it up for 8 anyway. That's been the usual time, hasn't it? Give me time to have me tea. Watch a little bit of Blinds, whatever it is. Love is Blind. I'm made up with that. Can't get over it. And, Yeah. It was a sensitive subject being discussed and read. The comments were found to be inappropriate and offensive. There you go. If that's the case, then rightly so. Nope, you take no shit. Stay on StreamYard. Okay, I'm going to go, everyone. Dave, can't believe you're even still here. You were going 5 hours ago. See you all later. Thanks, Lou. Thanks, Pink. Thanks, Mel. Thank you, Lene, too. 3DOT. Thanks to you. Ewan, Joyce, anyone that's still here. Little Pink. She's still here, isn't she? Did she go? Can't remember. Or was that Pink talking to me then? See, I've got no idea who's who. Anyway, thanks for everyone who's here. Have a good day, a good night wherever you are. And do me a favour, Lene. Send me that link, please, because I want to go in and leave a comment. Yeah, all the mods, you're fantastic. I'd be lost without you. They turn up for me, Lene, when I'm reading. God bless them. The two of them always there for me. Thanks so much. Speak to you all later. Good night and God bless, or have a good day. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.